Welcome everybody to another episode of Let's Set the Tone. This is a special kind of time frame, kind of day, a little out of my element on this, but like I'm usually pretty flexible with everybody. Whatever works best for my guests. Typically, I'm like I said, I'm kind of all over the place, so it is what it is. But I'm going to talk about the chase with this guest here in a moment. If you saw me laughing, it's already because he's got me laughing. I can hear him in the background right now. So if I'm giggling a little bit, but that's why. But first and foremost, I do want to thank once again, and I'll talk more about this probably tomorrow on the Monday video, to the comic shop, my local friends here, Koi's Comics, for letting me work free comic book day yesterday. It was a blast. It was 8 hours of saying hi to everybody in the community and hooking people up with free comics and just having a good old time hanging out with a bunch of people that love the same stuff. I love supporting local. I love free comic book day. It's one of my favorite holidays of the year. So thank you to them for letting me be involved. And then the big news, of course, for me is if you do or don't know here, my main sport is NBA basketball and the Pistons. We have our ups and downs, but right now, finally, we've had a great season of the Pistons. I've watched more basketball this season than I have in the last few seasons. So I've been watching a ton of basketball, not just Pistons. I just love basketball enough where I'll watch other teams as well, too, as long as I don't hate them. And we won Game 7 tonight after a 3-1 deficit. They've broken some crazy records this year in the NBA, but once again, we are moving on to the next series here in the East in the NBA. So it's a good day. So that means I'm in a good mood, so I don't have to be in a bad mood for my guests tonight. That's the good news, because I was screaming at the TV a few times throughout this week here. So, but I want to bring him on without any further ado here, because I could sit here and talk and run my mouth as always. So we got to make sure that we get him in here sooner than later. So welcome, please, none other than the one and only, the real comrade. Thank you for finally being
Yo,
here, my friend. Good to see you.
what's good?
Not a whole lot,
Yes,
man.
yes,
Not a whole
yes.
lot.
I'm glad to be here. And before we get everything started, just already yeet.
There you go. There he
We can
is. There he
proceed.
is. There he is. Good to see
There we
you.
go.
The chase has
Oh,
been
I
real. I
love it.
feel like this has been going on since September or so last year, right?
Yeah. For sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, man.
the good news is if you haven't heard yet, and I'll probably bring it up later, is that EV
Mm.
Mux has done some updates because
Yes.
part of the problem was some phone things, and that's one of the things that was known with EV Mux is that some of the phones out there don't always do well in this kind of format, and they've been doing like lots of updates. So finally, we got that BlackBerry update to roll out. So glad that we could have that for you to be able to
I
come
knew it was
through.
coming. It was coming.
You knew it was coming. Yeah, I was gonna bring it evidently. So,
Hell yeah,
um,
man.
so I do like to ask everybody when it comes to, we all got personas, we're all online, but
Yeah.
do you have any other AKAs, first of all, outside of Comrade, or is there any other nicknames you like to share, you like to throw out?
Not any that I still use. I
Okay.
kind of throwaways, like kind of like disposable cameras.
Mm-hmm. I
It's
agree.
for the time they were in.
Yeah, I still got people. It's weird. I tell everybody when I go to certain parts of my life, depending on where they were in my life, that's what they're
Yeah,
called. And
yeah,
it's so weird because like the further back you go and you hear some of those, or just like whether it's a different first name variant or
yeah,
whatever it is,
yeah.
just kind of it always stops me because I'm not used to it. So, so the question is where did the name Comrade come from?
Oh, I don't know, bro. Like, I was doing music before this. I was writing,
Okay.
R&B, neo soul stuff, and I had the artist name Be Easy, B dash Easy, and that was a lot of my stuff on there. And then when I started to transition and do some like personal life stuff, I didn't really have a name. I just was using my government. And then I thought about the type of person that I am. I was like, I was always a guy who traveled with like a lot of people that knew me. Like I had always had like a lot of people I could just go get, and we like a mob. You know what I'm saying? In my neighborhood, wherever I'm going. So I thought about comrade, somebody who's like a friend. Somebody you can like depend on, somebody you can count on, somebody you can like be cool with. And I thought I would like link it with the rad because rad to be like cool.
Yeah.
The time it made sense. Now it sounded kind of corny when I break it down. But yeah, that's where the comrade thing came from. Like being personable with people. Feel me?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. It's Comrade's, obviously, I believe it's Russian in background originally, like, right? My comrade or my friend
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
so where did the real come from? What's the real about it? Is that like a email lockout or an Instagram lockout or
Yeah,
something?
no, 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 no. Back when I got on IG for the toy stuff, I originally, like, during the pandemic, I had Macari, and Macari was like very good to me. I was
Mm-hmm.
selling very well on there. Took that customer service thing to the next level, and I just kept meeting people and trading and selling. And I got hacked by some dude in, I don't know, somewhere in Africa, Nigeria, something like that. And
Who
I
wanted to
got
be comrade as well, huh?
real, yeah. So he hacked me by way of Marvelous. And me and Marvelous was always talking at the time. We was always doing business. So he would send me a message like, "Hey man, I'm having a problem with my Instagram. Can you click this link and help me get back into it?" And at the time, I had Marvelous's number, but I didn't. I was doing something, so I was like, "You see the notification? He's good in my brain." So I'm like, I ain't thinking nothing of it. So
Right.
I wait and do the thing I'm doing, and then I go back to the message, and then I click the link, and then I'm kicked out of my stuff. 2-factor turned off, all that. I'm hacked. You know what I'm saying? And I was at like 3,000 and something followers. So
Oh
I did
shit.
a lot of legwork with just using my Instagram to sell. And he called me later, like a few minutes later. He was like, "Hey man, don't click that link." I'm like, "Man, I already clicked it, bro. Like, it's over, right? I'm out of here. Like, I don't even have anything, to get back into that Instagram." So I was done.
You got
And,
fished hard on that one then.
yeah, it got me. So we talked about it for a
Hot
little bit,
damn.
and that one was Comrade. It was Comrade underscore Figs R Us, because Toys R Us had gone out of business at that time. So I was like, I'm the fig dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm the guy that you can get your action figures from. And that was my little thing. I had a Figs R Us logo, and I had one that was like Bishop. So I had one commissioned one that was like Bishop and had the C and all that. It was dope. And when I came back, I was like, I gotta put that this is the right one. So I put the real Comrade, because the other one was trying to sell people houses and do Bitcoin and all that just
Right.
freaking. So I
Right.
was like, yeah, I was like, that's not me. People thought I was lying. They was like, oh yeah, he still got both of them. He's building both pages at the same time. I'm like, yeah, I would love to pretend to be hacked and then freaking build 2 pages. No, no, it's not how it works, bro.
No, it's hard enough to take time to do one account. You don't.
Feel me?
Who has the time for that second?
So
So yeah.
not,
That makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah.
Okay, so that I had a feeling it was something like that. I assumed getting more it was like an Instagram or an email thing because I know
Hmm.
one of my emails has the real in front of it too because definitely
Yeah.
something similar got locked out or something
You want to know
decades ago.
something
So
something funny about that is that everybody's like trying to be no pun intended, but like a collector this, collector that. Nothing
mm-hmm.
against collector. That's the only collector I really deem like, oh, he's the collector 425. He's the
Right.
one. But it's very hard to be original
Mm-hmm.
when you come to hashtags and handles and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
when I looked for the name and I saw nobody used it, I was like, nobody uses this version of the name. And then to make it again, I was like, oh, I could just use it again. I'm like the only guy that's like this using this name, that I know of on this, hemisphere or whatever, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was dope.
That is a big one. When I get into naming
Hmm.
things, whether it's for show content or
Yeah,
whatever, man, I do cross references. I go to YouTube, I go to Google. I'm like, anybody using this name for anything? I don't want to deal with
yeah.
I've read some stuff. I've come up with stuff, and there's like this random band somewhere that's like got something similar. I'm like, get the fuck out of here! You
Mm,
ain't even doing
yeah.
it, you garage bitches. But awesome. All right, so that's that. So before we jump and get into all the juicy details,
Yeah.
as always, should probably say hello to the chat. And
What's up?
I found that somebody was outside first tonight.
There we go.
Noteworthy. Welcome, welcome. Good to
There we
see you.
go. Hmm.
Good to see you. And second, of course, we got none other than the Fox. Marvelous Shots. Welcome,
Gang
brother. Good to
member.
see you.
I love it.
Good to see you. Let's see. Webhead out here as well, as always, being that hype
Yeet.
man for everybody. Talk
Yeet. Yeah,
about a
what man?
guy who puts everybody else above
Hmm.
him than
Hmm.
himself. Isn't that
Hmm.
right? Really appreciate
That's
you.
how you get the people on your side. We're gonna all be holding Webhead over our head like the
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Chanting his name.
Like when Spider Man at the end of the second movie or with a train or
Yeah.
whatever, and he's got on the web. Like that's what we're doing with Webhead, right? We're all
That's what you
holding
do
him
when you
above
get
us.
tired. We're gonna hold him over our head, just pass him on.
Right. What up, AC Mecca? Good to see ya.
Yo.
Foghorn, of course. Mahana. Good to see ya. A lot of people, a lot of active
Yeah.
already. Oh, look at this guy out
Hell
here,
yeah.
bearded
Appreciate you guys,
Bills.
man.
The
Really. We're
the
going
the
two is
Midwest.
my word, Crody.
He's got his little biker vest on, sitting and revving in the driveway. I'm sure right now. Lord of Thane, good to see you. Good to see you, buddy, as
Yo.
always.
Hey,
Good
man.
to see you. We got some funny stuff going on here. Everybody's back and forth.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, see, yep,
Yeah,
good to
collector
see
said he
all
still got
everybody.
the sticker from when I had what he say? What's up, baby? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Collector said he still got one of the stickers from when I did the other account. I had the Bishop sticker and I had the C sticker with like a
Oh
bubble.
shit, no shit.
Yeah. I had a couple I was trying to do my thing, bro. You know, I
Shit.
guess I guess, you know,
That's my better half.
Nigerians.
My better half watching me right now, watching
Yo,
you. Probably
what's good?
run her mouth. You're an Aries too, right? I'm sure
Yeah,
that'll come up.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
that'll
yeah,
that'll
yeah,
that'll definitely be coming up.
yeah.
That'll definitely be coming up. Beard Builds out here doing some.
There you
All
go.
right, all kinds of good stuff. Let me see if I missed anybody. Oh, this guy over here. Haven't seen this
Mm-hmm.
guy in a minute. The one and only up Collector 425. Appreciate
425.
you, buddy.
There you
Everybody
go.
out here showing up. Everybody out here showing up. I'm just rolling through. Man, you guys are already. Damn, this chat's
Yeah,
crazy
man.
fast.
Just
Crazy fast. I
passing it
can't even
around,
keep
man.
up.
Shout
I
out to
know.
everybody that came through. Let's
Oh,
have a good time, bro.
we know whose better half that is.
What's up, E?
Yeah, good to see you. Appreciate you
Appreciate
hopping
you.
in. Absolutely, absolutely. Jehovah, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yo.
Yeah, good to see you, Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody.
Yo.
Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to.
Thank
We
you,
don't
man.
want to delay. There's a lot to get into tonight here.
Oh boy, this
It's a
sounds overwhelming.
spectrum. It's a spectrum of things. We'll say it's a smorgasbord of things, topics, questions,
I know it.
questionable things, maybe, and maybe even a little show and tell. We'll see. We don't know.
Okay. All right.
Uh, so as always, what I like to do is I like to jump in the time machine. We're gonna hop in the DeLorean for a minute, and
Sure.
I like to rewind. I always like to tell the story like from here to here kind of thing, right? So where did you grow up? Have you always been in like the South like that in Florida?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah. I grew up
okay,
in North Miami Beach.
mm-hmm.
Um yeah, so I always had the beach growing up. That's kind of funny. Never really appreciated it that much, but
Yeah,
yeah, I've always been in this area, man. I came up like this in rough neighborhood. Um Grandma kept me in church because she didn't want me to serve the community.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I stayed like that and for a little while. I was always following my big brother. He's like 10 years older than me. And he got into a lot of stuff. He got real active, so I like to be able to follow him in that aspect. You know, not learn how to fight. You know, don't let people pick on you and all that stuff. So he didn't really have to show me. He didn't really have to tell me, "Hey, man, come with me." I just saw it as really interesting. But then when I was still in high school, he got arrested and he went to jail and for like 3 years maybe. And he used to say that he was in cooking school and I knew he wasn't, but I was like, okay, you trying to help me to not go that route with it, and the people in the neighborhood knew of me, but they knew of me by way of him, like, oh, that's little Nate. Don't mess with little Nate, man. His brother, you know, they used to think he was just a weight or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
so I learned how to, be my own person. I always lifted weights from eighth grade on. Always lifted weight. Was always around that. Was always around basketball.
Right, okay,
Always into music, drawing, collecting here and there when folks could afford it. And I think after high school, I started to notice that I have a way of like getting people around me to be on the same page. You know, that's just my kind of my, I don't know if it's a gift or whatever, but the charisma that I have, people want to be around it. You feel me? So like,
yeah,
that's always been something, and it could be terrible. Like you could use it in terrible ways, but
mm-hmm.
I've always found a good way to just like be doing something positive, and people just be wanting to rock with that, and they come along or
Right,
whatever. And you know, contrary to what it looks like, I don't always want people around me, but it just kind of ends up that way.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Like
mm-hmm.
I don't go where people are. I be doing my own thing. I don't. I'm very much like a. This is what I want to do. I don't care if everybody wants to do it. I
Mm-hmm.
want to do this
Mm-hmm.
thing, and I'm stuck like that. But people come around, they want to be a part of it, and they're cool with it, and I appreciate that. And I think I'm 41 now, so I think now I'm appreciating the fact that people want to be around.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm like showing gratitude back because like keep it a stack. Um, you, I tell myself like you're not so dope that like people gotta like you or whatever. I said that to anybody. Like people watching, like you're not so dope. People have to like you.
Right.
There's nothing special about that. Like people choose in themselves why they want to be around you,
Hmm.
and that is their of their own free will. And if you can appreciate it, do so. And try to reciprocate it.
Yeah.
But but you're not. It's not like, oh, I'm doing something so cool. They got to be rocking with. No, no. They'll find somebody else if they're forced to. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to appreciate what I got when I got it. You know.
Right. Do you feel like do you consider yourself extroverted, introverted, or just you feel like you're introverted, but like the rest of the world just kind of ends up making you extroverted?
Yeah, I'm extroverted to protect myself.
Okay.
So I make sure instead of feeling uncomfortable, I'd rather just show out. Just show.
Yeah.
Let's go. Well, you're not gonna do anything that I can think of to
Right.
put me in a
Catch you
space
off
where,
guard or anything?
feel me? I'm
Yeah.
already on
Okay.
that. Like, so but sometimes when I try to be introverted, I walk into a room and
Hmm.
people just look at me and they just feel like I'm about to do something, like I'm about to do a backflip or something. Like I'm like, yo, like I was trying to chill, but you have a way about yourself where like your presence is just like they
Hmm.
know you do something more than what you're putting on.
Hmm.
And then when they talk to you more, they was like, I knew there's something about you, man. I knew he's like this, like, what are you doing here? You know?
Do you think this is kind of because, like, just kind of like your upbringing that kind of puts you into either these kind of scenarios, or
Yeah, maybe.
put your guard up in a kind of different way? Because it feels like
Yeah,
it's got you on your guard up, but you're using it differently than most people. Some people put
hell
their
yeah.
guard up and they
Like,
kind of like protect and be introverted, but you're kind of like putting up a
yeah,
different type of
like
armor and kind of rolling with it.
I could be like overtly negative. It's very easy to do that. That's like a default for human beings, right? Like
Hmm.
stuff couldn't always go wrong, but I think I've been working at being positive for so long, and I've seen that work out. Like even this in itself, right? I'll tell you a story about how this even happened. Like, and everybody doesn't know. So,
You got
what do you say? He
you got
talked
you.
too much and talked to everybody, even the weirdos. Yeah, yeah, real. Because if bro gonna jump out and he gonna spray the room, he not
Hmm.
spraying me, bro. We friends. That's
Right.
how,
Right.
well. So this thing was supposed to happen, like you said, last year sometime, like when I was doing the whole Life Vibes thing, and I was like trying to get together with you, but we could never get this going. And so we tried again over the course of a few days, and then I just happened to try this again on the mobile device. And I said, "Yo, Streamy, I got all these damn updates. You mean to tell me this thing ain't updated yet?" And it worked. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is great," because the space that I'm in right now, I feel really good about my mentality. I feel really good about the way I do things, the way I treat people. I feel great, you know what I'm saying, about it. I'm not saying I never make mistakes, but I do. But I feel
Right.
really good about where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go in there and just like talk, but I would love for people to get something from what we talk about. That'd be dope for me.
Right. 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 I like that. The chat is there's some great stuff going on out
Who
here.
needs haters when you
I'm gonna
got friends like Marvelous?
to which at that point, of course, he's got
Saying
backlash.
yeah for the people in the back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Jay's saying, of course, you seem like a down to earth person. Appreciate the chill vibe. That's
Love.
probably, I think, honestly, and I know we'll probably talk a little bit more about that down the
Yeah.
road here in the conversation. But like, I feel like when I first met everybody in Grown Ass Men Toyz, like
Mm,
through Zilla, like I had all these different one-on-one conversations with everybody just about
yeah.
random stuff, and like
Yeah.
it was always just kind of like the vibe kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And I know like Marvelous and I have had a couple of like real deep serious conversations. You and
Yeah.
I just like seemed like instantly you and I just
Yeah.
jumped into some pretty deep stuff as well
Yeah.
too, and
Yeah.
Collector barely responds to me, so I don't know how to feel about that,
Don't feel
but
bad. That's normal.
okay.
That's
Okay,
on
okay. I was
brand.
just checking.
That's on brand for
Bill,
collector.
and then Builder just sends me like funny dick jokes and shit in
That's real.
reels.
That's
So,
real.
yep, it is. I do love that kind of shit. So, as far as when you were young and you're growing up and stuff like that, were you? Because I think we all can embrace the fact it's like we live in a very nerd culture, very
Yeah.
that kind of
Yeah.
pop culture whatever. But were you like that as a kid too? Did you wear that on your sleeve?
No. Super strict. Pops in the went to Vietnam in the service and stuff like that. So like I was on some like trying to be trying to have people like me, I guess you could say, if
Hmm.
that's a thing. But
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna give you a toy, and then we're gonna be friends, and then that's good. That's gonna be like that, or I'm gonna do something cool. You know what I'm saying? Or playing basketball, and then we'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted people to be cool or whatever with me, and then I found that that was exhausting. So
It is very
very
exhausting.
exhausting to try to perform for people to like you or whatever, or feel good or whatever.
Hmm.
But then that strict this way all when I'm coming up. I think that as I came into my own, I started to learn how life works and stuff like that. I started to learn, okay, there's really no boundary right here. You don't have to keep that there.
Hmm.
You don't have to keep these ideas. You don't have to keep those. And I started to try and put those away. The church ideas, they kind of stayed like framework a little bit, just on how you should treat other people. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I kind of moved around that, like, okay, this is the basis of what I feel is a good person, and then let's build on that, and let's see what I can learn or understand or whatever. And then I stopped being afraid of people as much, and then started to just kind of show myself. And
Hmm.
I did a lot. We did like a lot of outreach stuff. Like we had to go in the city and all that. And, people are scary. Like going to the flea market or whatever. People just look like everybody look like they just want to stab you or some junk like that. But
Right.
as you walk up to people more and more, you realize the loudest people, the most aggressive looking people they're actually pretty protected, or like they're scared of somebody doing something to them. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's the reason why they developed that. And so I mean, the more comfortable I got, I just started to talk to people about me. And I think that's what we get at with us, because I'll come to you and I say, "Hey, man, I'm feeling like this, da da da. Have you ever?" And then you'll say, "Yeah, I know what you." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I just present me because
Yeah.
I'm already comfortable enough to not be embarrassed or whatever. And then the other person presents their side, and then he's like, "Okay, this dude he's being upfront with me. Okay, I don't have to worry about him."
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's how pretty much the bonds get built. But
Yeah. I think that, like, because I know we've had a few of those conversations, and for
mhm,
me, like, I always talk about how I'm very self aware about myself. I know my
yeah,
flaws. I know my good, bads, and the uglies, right? I know
yeah,
stuff that I deal with, so I try to be as honest about that as I can, and that sometimes means being vulnerable. I know there's so many jokes. It's just a pile of jokes out here. I got to try and keep
right.
up with this stuff.
I mean,
It's
wait,
gonna
the
be
Comrade go to
tough.
Vietnam. Damn, that's
Yeah, the
crazy for an
The
8-year-old.
Vietnam joke. I mean, when Prime jumped in here and said he had baby oil and glizzies right instantly, I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this tonight.
Hey,
This is gonna be tough.
I said prime of real of these two dudes that's going around in New York City or somewhere trying out glizzies, and they had like a
Mhm.
12 foot, hey, yo, like no
Yeah,
diddy, and they were
yeah,
trying it from both sides. I sent it prime. He's like, what you want me to join you? I'm
yeah.
like, bro, I just thought of you when I seen
Yeah,
it.
that's so funny.
No
That's so
diddy,
damn
bro.
funny.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Captain Captain Roscon over there. Um, but so like when I get asked certain things, like I'm comfortable being kind of vulnerable about
Appreciate
stuff
you,
because
P.
I don't that shit doesn't really bother me necessarily. I guess like
Yeah,
I'd rather just be like I like shared experiences and talking about those because
yeah.
there's a good chance there's something that I might even get to learn as well
Feel
too, and
me?
that's
Yeah,
important too. And
yeah.
I'm also self aware enough to also know that there's certain things that somebody might tell me or I need to learn from, and I'm not gonna, which I hear is a pretty big trait for you. But anyways,
Yeah.
so as far as so, it's coming.
Yeah.
As far as like school, just generally, did you enjoy school? Did you have a good time with that, or was that something where you felt like you always had to protect yourself, or
No,
were
school was
you?
good. School was good. School was
Yeah.
good. I was always clowning around. I was in a lot of
Hmm.
art classes. Um,
Cool.
Commercial art. Like I was doing like I could have sworn I was going to do graphic design,
Yeah.
and that was my bag. Me and my homie we used to always draw. He was really good at doing comics. I was more good at doing like portraits and stuff like that.
Okay.
And yeah, man, hanging out with the cheerleaders.
Oh, hanging out. Were you lifting them, or were you
Uh,
just kind of like?
I took a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I claimed a couple, and then I used
Yeah.
to always be in the weight room with the football players because I knew a few of those guys. And I think and I said this before somewhere else. I think the physique thing was more of like a thing for me, like to not feel scared, like being strong, being capable.
Hmm.
That was more of a thing for me to not be scared. So
Yeah.
The other stuff is like easier. You know, just talking to people is nothing. Getting joked on and joking back is nothing real big. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and yeah, it was cool. School was cool. It was fun. I almost got held back because wasn't applying myself. Had to take some summer classes and stuff like that to graduate on time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, we all go through things like that, and you don't apply yourself. Did you play sports at all, or were you just more like you weren't really into like
no,
the
not
organized sports thing? You just like lifting and kind of being athletic.
not. I did karate when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then
So do you ever enter in the kumite?
no kumite, bro.
No
No,
kumite. Okay.
and then I did basketball park league stuff from like
Okay.
12 to like 15.
That's real basketball. To be
Oh
fair,
man, I love
I
it,
don't
bro.
care who you are, but that
Oh
shit's real
man,
basketball
yeah,
right there.
yo, we screaming at each other, bro. Like you gotta go to practice and all. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
that discipline side of it was fantastic. I thought I was going to finish with that too, but as the neighborhood got neighborhood got a little more dangerous, I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I don't want to go to another area,
Mm-hmm.
traveling the bus and stuff like that to go practice. So I just thought I always thought that I would finish high school with that and like do it at college.
Right.
So in order for me to make myself feel better, I tried out in was in 11th grade for the team, and just to show to myself I could, and I made it. And he's like, yeah, but he's gonna be a senior, like he's not even gonna get a chance to really play that much with us. So I just when I made it, I was like, okay, cool. I know I could have back in ninth grade, I could have just tightened up and made it. But I was just proving to myself that I could do
Right
so.
on.
That's
Right on.
that's the other side of being. I call it headstrong. Let's call it headstrong because people don't like that. Being headstrong, you're showing yourself that you're capable.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about what you can do, but you're showing yourself you're capable.
You got to challenge yourself, right? Otherwise,
Yeah,
you're going to be in the same rut,
real.
and that's
That's,
that's a tough realization for anybody to kind of
yes,
realize. I think too, and even still, sometimes
yes,
this day, sometimes I like being comfortable, but then I mean,
yeah,
I gave you a great example. I told you right before the show, you got me out of my comfort zone today. You're
yeah,
like, hey,
yeah,
did you make an event for this? I'm like, nah, I don't really do events because
yeah.
I'm like blah blah blah. Well, part of it was because I never really messed with it. I'm like, I don't know how the eating
Hmm.
mugs thing, so I said, fuck it, I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
So now I'm looking at it. I'm like, shit, I can get all that done on the front end and be ready to go. So, tonight even, I was
Yeah.
kicked out of my comfort zone, and I did
Mm.
something I haven't fucked around with. So
Nah,
it's
that's
that
been
small stuff.
that's a story of my life, bro. I promise you, if I didn't change and challenge myself in certain areas, I wouldn't even be in this space with you guys. It takes adapting, man. Like some people like I don't know if you ever seen that clip with the Theo Von thing where he's talking about stories or whatever.
Mm-mm.
He was like, I want a new story or whatever. At some point before this, like maybe like 30s or something like that, I was telling myself the same story about why things couldn't be a a way or
Mm-hmm.
that couldn't be a certain way, this couldn't be a certain way. And at some point, I just decided to stop doing that because I'm like, either I want to be back there,
Mm-hmm.
either I want to be back there, or I want something else. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
of course, the growing pains and working at yourself or whatever is not flattering. But I had to change the way I was talking to myself. I had to change the way I was handling the people I was around, and change being around them as much. And I find myself doing that every now and again, just coming off of the group into my own, like by myself and working on myself and trying to see what I can change to be better. And I mean, it's very helpful to everybody around me, but I want it to be just as helpful to me as it is to the people who talk to me. I don't want to always be the old head giving the advice.
Right.
I wanna be the guy who's walking in that advice and you're like, damn, he did that.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he did. But things happen. Like you just gotta appreciate when it's happening. Like I said, like things are happening every day, and
Right.
if you don't appreciate what's happening when it's happening, it can't nobody get inside you and make you appreciate it. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? So.
Yeah. 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 It's even certain trends that'll happen in the world where you feel like it's a younger generation. Like I still try to understand it because like
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
try to relate it to like, okay, what was that like for me? The only thing I can't figure out
Hmm.
is 6'7". That one's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
been so as far as like that time frame for you,
Hmm.
you kind of touched a little bit on some of your nerddoms and stuff like that. Like what were
Hmm.
things that I mean, I know. I think you're kind of a little bit into anime. I know you're a video gamer
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well
I like anime.
too.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like growing up and stuff like that. Like, what did that look like for you? For some of the biggest nerddoms that were just kind of like the
Hey
jam,
man,
or
I
were you
want to
reading
say
comics, or like what that?
we were reading comics, and I want to say some of the best titties are in anime. If you don't know, I would like for you to find out.
First one comes to mind is Matsumoto in Bleach, along with
Look, man,
Ohidame. If you've never
I
seen Bleach, there you go.
bruh,
There's two for you.
um,
That's
unfortunately, my first one was Ninja Scroll when the rock dude was trying to get the young lady to dance. I'm gonna say to dance.
yeah,
And
to
yeah,
dance.
I was like, yo, what's going on right now, bro? And what do I is this what I'm into? That's crazy.
Right,
You know,
right. How many anime pillows do you own then?
I don't have any pillows. No,
You
no,
don't
no.
have you don't have any. Okay, you don't have any.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay,
I seen him. I
okay,
was like,
okay.
I think it's a little over the
That's a
top,
little
bro.
too much. Or yeah, because I've even seen like the gel booby like mouse pads and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that from certain animes and stuff like that. So
Yo.
that's really funny.
Yeah, I haven't even I think that's another level when you do the waifu stuff and when you get the pillows and
Yeah.
all that. Some people are real bold about that. I think that that's amazing because it's invited me into a lot of rooms where I didn't know the anime existed, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of dope. I think I might want to
Mm-hmm.
watch more of this.
Ninja Scroll actually did. I don't know if you heard it's getting some for like a remaster actually too for
Yes,
PlayStation 2.
sir.
Just
Yeah,
pretty that
fire.
was that was one of the early
Yeah.
anime for me too. So anime like what was so you said Ninja Scroll, is there any were you a Dragon Ball like a lot of people in the 90s
Yeah.
or
Okay. So check this
growing up?
out. All right. This is good. This is good. So during high school, in between the girls and all that stuff, I
Got to
would
make sure you throw it out there. I know.
no, I'm
Just
just
got
saying
kid.
like because
Just kidding.
it's a thing. Like you
Mm-hmm.
gotta come on, man.
Yeah, I know. You got yeah. It's tough because if you're chasing the ladies, like you got to be
Yes.
careful. Sometimes you're. I was kind of I grew up in a small town, so it didn't
Yeah.
matter. Like
Yeah.
whatever. I could wear all that on my sleeve, but I get it. I get it. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. So like in between them, like because they're around, they're there.
Yeah.
You know, they're waiting. But after I left school, to stay out of trouble, and I'm gonna keep on harping at this because it's a real thing. Um, I used to go with my homies to this comic shop that was by a Checkers or Rallies if you don't know what
Yeah.
Checkers is.
Rallies in the north up here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the comic shop was right there, and this dude name was Glenn. Super cool dude. White guy, big thick glasses. He used to have dubbed PlayStation games. No, sorry, bootleg PlayStation games, dubbed anime tapes in the front in the glass. And I used to go in there and just read comics, man. I used to go there. Couldn't always afford to buy them,
Mm-hmm.
but he let us stay in there all day reading them. And I'm telling you, bro, I seen him one time, maybe in my 30s, and I was like, "Yo, bro, you saved my life, man. No cap,
Mm-hmm.
because we could have been into some crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying?" So, but Glenn, having a comic shop in the hood was very crucial because we used to go in there. We'll play each other in like, was it rival schools? You know what rival schools is?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. We used to play each other in rival schools,
Yeah.
all them dub games and stuff like that. Bootleg games, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I was on comics for a minute, and just enjoying the artwork and stuff like that. And now that was good for me. And then at a certain point, I got onto Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z,
Mm-hmm.
dubbed, speaking Japanese, and I'm just reading the subtitles. And I thought I wouldn't enjoy it because it's a lot of reading, but it was great. It was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept going on that, and then it started to become on TV, Toonami and stuff like that. By the time I had already seen all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but I was trying to find more movies, actual movies, as non-canon Dragon Ball Z stuff,
Sure.
and it was amazing. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That was my introduction to anime. Ninja Scroll, Ghost in the Shell,
Yeah. It's
Yu Yu
classic too.
Hakusho, Bleach, Inuyasha,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Did you ever get into Samurai X or what do they call it over here? Good dang.
Vampire Hunter D.
Fuck. What is uh Ronin Kenshin? Kenshin?
Oh, I seen it, but I never really dove
Gotcha.
into yeah.
Gotcha. That's a
But
legit one
yeah,
too. And then so
Gundam,
my first yeah, I was gonna say like because I'm just a few years older than you. For me, early it was like Voltron and like
Voltron, yeah,
Robotech,
yeah.
um, uh, Samurai Troopers or what's it called here over here? Ronin Warriors. Ronin
Ronin
Warriors.
Warriors, yes.
Which I've been rewatching that series
Yeah.
recently as well too, just some old school shit like that. But
Hell yeah.
you ever see the what's the OG one that everybody loves? I think way more than me. The one with the big mechs. The fuck, can't think of it now. The Evangelion.
Evangelion, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can't figure that one out like everybody else loves it. I probably need to rewatch it, but yeah, man, anime is I think anime is it just feels like it connects to a lot of other things, like
Sure.
into your fandoms and your toys. Like I also grew up being even as a young kid, over here, like Godzilla shit and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like they felt like it always kind of connected me to kind of that Japanese culture.
Yeah.
And that is probably also, as some of the comments have said, probably why I'm also a pervert. So,
Yeah. I mean,
definitely
come on,
Studio
man.
Ghibli
Look,
as well, Jay. Oh yeah, Studio Ghibli for sure.
Akira, boom, yeah, Akira, there you go.
Yep.
Hell
Akira.
yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
All that
Yeah.
stuff. So you're
So
so big in anime. So when you're reading comics, did you have anybody that jumped out to you? Were you Marvel, a DC, a little bit of both?
I
Or
did Marvel mostly.
yeah,
DC was cool. Like DC was by default because, Superman's on TV and Batman's on TV. Animated series, goated show of
oh,
all.
still one of the greatest animated
Feel
series of
me?
all time. Period.
Absolutely. So I'm like, bro,
Period.
I will watch that whole all the way
Yeah,
through today.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's just because of those things that I found like, oh damn, this is dope. Batman and Superman, maybe Flash every now and again, but I didn't really care about Justice League stuff as much. I like the
Yeah,
show, just didn't really care about that stuff as much. I didn't care about DC Universe as much, but
yeah,
Marvel all day. But just because the characters just they pop, man, and some of the stories were really cool in comparison to a dude that just pops up on the planet with powers. I
yeah,
like the idea of
yeah,
somebody coming into their powers and
yeah,
learn how to maneuver society. That just made more
hmm
sense to me. You
yeah.
know.
A little more grounded. I will say this about DC because I'm more of a Marvel guy too.
Hmm.
DC leans into that fact where there's like gods among men kind of sort of
Yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah,
which is fine. I mean that works. That's how that rolls.
yeah.
And I do think already that James Gunn is doing something more unique and kind of giving that comic book feel to the DC universe that
Right.
we've
Yeah,
needed. I think now that all these kind
yeah.
of
It was good.
like, yeah, all this stuff is important. I think now. So,
Hmm.
um, but
This is the unlimited. Yeah, I like that.
yeah, people love that shit.
Hmm.
So as far as like Marvel, was there any like a couple of like were you an X-Men or like Avengers or maybe Cap or something like
No,
that
no
or
Avengers. I promise you, I didn't even care for Avengers until the whole MCU run.
that's fair.
I didn't even know what they were
I think
building.
a lot of people were like that, I'll be
Yeah,
honest. Like
straight X Men, nothing but X Men.
yeah, all
X
X-Men
Men,
back in the day.
all that, and then I learned of new things by way of comic books, but I didn't even think I would ever want to see that on television
Hmm.
until they started doing it. And I was like, okay, all right, cool, this is kind of good. I think I like this. But the Avengers, I just think their build was a little bit better.
Hmm.
So you cared about the character a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe they tried to do that. If each character in X Men had a solo story, and you can just go ahead and in the base blue team, whatever,
Hmm.
they had each had a story, and then we went and made the X Men. Maybe what I'm saying. They tried it with
Yeah.
Wolverine. Everybody's already invested in Wolverine, so if they try it with somebody else, maybe you can care more about the character, the groups.
Wolverine's always been kind of like a poster boy,
Mm-hmm.
poster child. I think of
Ooh, this man.
Marvel for a long time as well too. But
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So I know one of the things that I always find unique about you, personally, is that
Mm.
you're a cooker. You like to cook food. You like to make food. You're big into food, right? So I got a question though. Have you ever tried cooking bacon in the oven? Have you ever done that?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay,
Yeah,
it takes a little bit longer. I think
yeah.
but I feel like it's probably easier than putting your phone in the actual frying pan, right? Because from what I understand is there's a group chat that happens pretty consistently every day,
This is roasting me right now,
and
bro.
apparently it's hard to hear you because of the frying of the
Listen,
bacon
man.
because your phone's sitting
Listen,
in the
man.
grease as well too.
All I'm gonna
You got a
say,
comment on that?
yeah, I got a little bit. I got some notes.
You got some notes? Okay,
Those-
okay. This is the
so
place
first of
for them.
all, the hardest hearing of us all, and the most granddaddy of earlobe is Marvelous. He,
Granddaddy of earlobe.
yes, yes.
That's a
His
title now.
he has the most sensitive hearing among us all, and the loudest voice. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. It's like having a superpower that you can't take. So it's just, and he just was always, God damn, what's all that noise back there? He can hear next door to your house,
Right.
but don't say
Right.
nothing too loud. He, why you so loud? But
He's
yeah,
got heightened senses.
yeah, height
His
is height.
mutant ability.
Yeah, he got a. When he was young, they put some V1 in his earlobe,
Some
and then
V1.
he was able to hear the community. You know,
Right.
I think he was
Right.
supposed to be a crime fighter, but he didn't
Right.
finish the course. So
No. So bacon pretty much every morning. Cause I hear bacon's a big thing for you as well too. Is that
yeah, bacon. Like, look,
you have
man.
stock in it? You got stock in
Yeah,
it?
bacon is a must, man. I understand.
Yeah.
Like cheese. Like some things are like non-negotiables. Like you have to.
Yeah.
It makes everything better. You put some bacon on it, I guarantee you brighten up
Yeah.
the dish. You know what I'm saying? So
100%. How
yeah.
do you like your bacon? Are you somebody? Do you like the whole spectrum of bacon cooked, or do you like yours a little bit rubbery? Do you like it crispy,
No, it
crispy
gotta be
burnt?
crispy, man. Look, hey,
You
bro,
gotta be crispy.
I cut them up into situations, and
Hmm.
then we fry half the situation, about four, five of them, and we
Okay.
fry four, five of the others, and we make sure it looks like more than what it is.
Yeah.
Just feel like you're having a good time. Everybody's loving it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Are you eating some eggs with it, or are you literally your breakfast is just bacon and you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Scrambled eggs.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of those times, I'll do like some ham or something like that inside of it. They're going off.
I
If
know.
you can hear them,
I'm seeing
yeah,
I'm seeing the chat. I'm trying to keep up with the chat here.
yeah. No, she right. She right.
What up, Nebula? What up, Nebula? Good to
Yeah.
see you.
So I do the loaded scrambled eggs, and then I'll probably do like a bagel or something like that, some cream cheese
See,
or a waffle.
you're getting the fucking four food groups or 4 or 5 food groups in that whole
Yeah,
meal.
yo,
That's yeah.
yeah, man.
Any fruit, maybe some grapes, banana.
Here and there, I do some like some cotton candy grapes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay, some
yeah,
cotton candy grapes. Yeah, right
yeah.
on.
I enjoy that. I enjoy some melons,
Yeah, we know.
honeydew.
We've heard about your anime. Yeah, we know. We know. we heard. We
What's all
heard.
that noise down there? Yeah, she right. She right.
Right,
She
right,
right.
right.
Bro.
Right, right. That's funny. That's great. All right. So, when you talked about, kind of early on and kind of like some of the trouble that kind of, satellited you and stuff like that, and it sounded like, for the most part, and correct me if I'm wrong, like kind of
Yeah,
watching, what your brother was doing and stuff like that. Did
yeah,
that kind of teach you or keep you from getting too deep into any trouble and that sort of stuff?
yeah. I mean, it kind of let me know what's going on in the neighborhood
Hmm.
because I didn't, I wasn't privy to that. I just went outside for hours to play basketball. I was
Okay.
playing basketball from sun up, sundown. From when I got out of
Self
school,
focused. Yeah.
yeah, like that's the thing, man. We on the court, like we ain't going nowhere else. But he's like, yo, one time we was on the court and some cats came from out of town and they want to play a game. I think they was playing for money,
Hmm.
and one of them got mad that he lost, and he was with like three other dudes, and then he was like, I was with my homies. We was shooting on the other side of the court, waiting for our turn to play on the full court that's on the opposite. It's like surrounded by gates or whatever, high grade, really high gates. And so he was like, yo, yeah. He's like, yo, you lost. He's like, all right, that's cool. He's like, I'm gonna go to my car. I'll be right back. And I went to his car and came back and you know what I'm saying? Feel me? First person shooter, the whole area, just like that. You know what I'm saying? We started running, we jumping gates and all of that,
God
and
damn.
and I'm like, yo, one of my homies got shot in the ass on the way up on the gate. He
Fuck.
was on top of the gate, leg down, trying to get over, ass shot, and then it's like, yo, freaking crazy. But that scared me, and I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna listen to my brother because he knows people that are around here that I don't know. You
Hmm.
know, I haven't experienced it firsthand until that day, but it was crazy.
This is how the Diddy party
Yeah,
started.
right?
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
So
Get out of here,
but
man.
it's crazy, man. I just stayed inside the house for a few days.
Yeah.
They had the one time around there, just kind of checking to see if any more of those guys were there. Funny thing was, that was on like a Friday or something like that. Monday, we went to school, and you know how they have like hallways or whatever, stairs going up. I went and I bought a donut from the person who was selling donuts in school, and I opened the door and went to the hallways, and them same boys was in the hallways, but they wasn't looking for us. I was like, damn, but they don't even go to this school. They over here. I just walked right past them. Just head nod, walked right past them. I was like, damn, boy, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. That's no fun way to live as a
Yeah,
kid or a
yeah.
teen or whatever. So, um, so when you get through school, you're doing your thing. Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I always ask this one too because I know, like for myself, like what it looked like
Mm.
after school. But did you go through a run where you're just like partying, or did you not really? Was that not your life or anything like that?
Yeah, when I was doing the music thing, I was doing the writing thing.
Hmm.
I was also working at a great place to work if you do music. The Apple Store is fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, you meet all kind of DJs, engineers, all that. They come there to buy their equipment and stuff like that.
yeah.
And after certain shifts, if we worked late, we would go out to like the near the beach and stuff like that and have some fun. And it was cool.
Hmm.
A lot of ways to doing some questionable stuff with people that are supposed to be married. But yeah, it was a good time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's always it's the married women that you got to worry about, bro. It's just
Okay.
yeah, it's
Fair
crazy.
enough. Fair enough. So music. So yeah, I like talking about music. Music comes up a lot around
Yeah,
here.
mm,
And I always say preface with because I think music does say a lot about a person, like what you
yeah.
listen to, what you're into, where your
Mm-hmm.
creative juices kind of flow into. So talk about that a little bit. So when it came to like what year circa would you say was you kind of like writing and like doing some music?
I mean, most times people
Early
like
two
because
thousands.
um, let's see, what was that around that time? Yeah, maybe when did Hustling come out? Rick Ross. Whenever that came
That
around,
was like was that 2003, 2004, somewhere in there,
somewhere around there. Yeah,
right? Am I crazy?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
When that came out, when that was hot, and it was like remixing it like crazy. That's around
yeah,
the time when we was doing music and stuff, and I and
yeah.
I and I learned I could write music. I learned that because of the relationships and stuff like that I was in, I had a lot of ideas enough to put together, and I learned how to the cadence and all that stuff would be. And then some of the guys that I was doing putting songs together with, they were doing tracks like actual beats for Birdman and Wayne and stuff like that. And you would see those guys.
Hmm.
You see Fat Joe, um, The Weeknd, freaking Ross. These are DJ Khaled. These guys, you'll see these guys like walking around and be able to like talk to them and stuff like that. So it
Wow.
was kind of cool to see these guys thriving and be able to talk to them.
Hmm.
So it was
Hmm.
fun, man. It's fun. It's not the life for a person with a family, but it's great. You're up on all hours of the night in the studio at anybody's beck and call. You're just jumping in the studio,
Hmm.
freaking crazy. But it was
What kind
dope.
of, what kind of? I mean, I believe I thought I caught you said kind of R&B earlier. Is that accurate
R
or?
and B, R&B, yeah, R&B. I try to do some neo soul stuff, just because that's where my head is at. Neo soul, like
Sure.
but R&B for sure.
Hmm.
Slow R&B mostly. You
Hmm.
know this. Um, and yeah, man, I love writing, bro. I love the idea of it. I love the way music makes you feel, and I think that kind of
Hmm.
music is not always in that space, especially right now with the AI stuff and everything being so generic. People are
Hmm.
like getting somebody to do something and like fitting it in. But
Hmm.
music used to make you feel like something, like you were in that situation or that you could understand it. And
Hmm.
and that's the type of music that I was really attracted to. So live music, um, Usher at the time,
Hmm. Hmm.
Confessions, Music Soul Child, D'Angelo,
Yeah, one of the
yeah,
goats.
Maxwell, yeah, Raphael
It's
Sadiq.
it's a shame because being somebody a product of the '90s, like R&B was such a major. Matter
Oh
of fact,
man,
I heard this week. I
crucial.
believe I believe Cooley High Harmony was 35 years old this last week, which was like very
Wow.
very integral to my life. Boys listen to Boys to Men and shit. So
Yes.
35 years is a long damn time to even like contemplate how often I listen to that cassette tape over and over and over. But like back then at the very least, because it to kind of go with what you're saying about the music these days, like R&B used to make you feel something. Like there was always like it was always a little labor of love. It was always like this
Yeah.
person like there's a lot of emotion kind of like behind it.
Yeah.
And if you were somebody who liked to write or just in general like kind of connected on those sort of things,
Hmm.
it's a great genre for that. And it's like
Yeah.
that's that doesn't really exist anymore at all,
Nah,
which kind of
bro.
sucks. And it's one of the my favorite all time genres, right? So
Yeah.
um, so with that said, like when you're writing that kind
R.
of
Kelly, yes.
music,
Yeah.
yeah, collector, we know why
R.
you like
Kelly,
R.
yeah.
Kelly. We know why you like R. Kelly. We know,
Yeah, R.
we know,
Kelly's a given, bro.
we know
Freaking.
why you like him.
Yeah.
We know. What was some music that like kind of really inspired you, or maybe the stuff that you listened to? Like, what was the big stuff you were listening to, kind of growing up?
Yeah, like those guys, Music Soul Child, was somebody who I really enjoy listening to. I love the way he sound. I love his tone. You know, when people like or speaking voice is not often, you know, the voice that you're singing, but he was singing in his speaking voice,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yo, that's kind of fire. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
the church thing, they make you sing. They make you sing in church,
Right.
and then I was able to do this outside of that, and it was like almost like taboo. I guess you feel like you're breaking a rule, but that this music, it was like, oh shoot, I really want to sing more like this. I don't want to be like that with the music. I want to have a feeling, you know, and I want
Yeah.
to convey a feeling. And I feel like that's why people listen to music. I think that's why you want to be in a state. Before I got on here with you, I was listening to Marvin Gaye.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Was that Marvin Gaye? But yeah, so I was listening to that because I wanted to be in a more of a peppery mood,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's what that music is like a compass, kind of like art. It kind of
Mm-hmm.
helps you look inside of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, you kind of like navigate that. And we used to. I came from weekends where you wake up and you hear music playing while grandma's cleaning,
Sure.
and you know what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
like
we
that in
have,
my home too. Yeah, my
you
mom would be
know,
cleaning, doing music. You know, music
feel
always
me.
playing, always playing.
Jackson Five, feel me, like
Yeah.
Little Rich, all that. But you know, like it's just not that anymore. I don't think that we have a lot of moments in our day where we look inside and like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
where am I? Where do I want to be? Up high or do I want to be
Mm-hmm.
low? I think we just had a place where we're just like looking at what's going on and we're like, that's bad. Let's talk more about that today,
right.
right
Right.
now,
Right. Right.
tonight. I want to talk
Right.
about it tomorrow. Let's
Right.
schedule next week. Talk more about what's wrong with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro.
Hey, Sal. Good to see you, Sal. Good to see you, buddy.
Yo,
I think that, one of the things for me in that sense too is like with music, I feel like depending on the mood I'm in, like you're saying, like you're trying to get yourself into a mood or whether it's out of a funk or whatever it is, you have certain music that you kind of listen to. Like even when I
hell yeah.
paint, like there's certain music that like I like to listen to when I'm,
Yeah.
painting figures and stuff like that. There's
Get you
just
in a
specific
state.
stuff. Yeah, yeah. You just kind of almost want to zone into whatever you're doing or whatever that looks like. So,
Real.
I definitely and like this. Listen, like we've all gone through like depression and stuff
Yeah.
like that in life or some low points, and there's certain music or types of genres that that you listen to or that you kind of just like attach to kind of help you through that and make you feel
Yeah.
like
Pull you out.
it's good. Yeah, exactly. Or it's gonna be okay, right? Something
Mm
that's kind of like puts you in
hmm.
that mood for sure.
Mm hmm.
So,
Real.
um, no, that's super important as well.
Hell
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Websaw. You got to see Prince live. You're
No,
from.
man, that's
You're
crazy.
from. You're yeah. He's Minnesota boy though too. So
Mike,
that's
yeah, Mike and Prince, yeah, for sure.
yeah. God, I can't. Yeah, we had tickets to see Mike that last right before he passed because he was doing that
Oh
tour that
no.
summer.
Yeah,
Was gonna go
man.
see him. Was gonna go see him. I want to see the biopic so bad it's in that time. So
Yo, Mike is a goat, bro. The
he
goat.
literally one of the goats.
Mm.
So, what are some other maybe hobbies that people don't know about that you have or that you either were into or things you maybe tried and just, maybe it wasn't for you after a while that, maybe everybody don't know yet? Things that you
Hmm.
could have been into. Like maybe you were into like basket weaving or,
Nah, nah. I think that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much it. Like the comic book collecting was one thing. I tried the cards. I tried sports cards.
yeah.
My pop gave me a whole bunch of baseball cards, and he was trying to teach me about how the value goes up. He's like, "Yeah, man, I figure you just get these, and then over time you just hold on to them." And I was too young to even really understand what was going on. And I seen the X-Men, the Fleer X-Men cards, the reflecting ones.
Oh man,
I was like,
love
yeah,
those.
let me get those. He's like, oh, they
Hmm.
ain't gonna do nothing. I'm like, I'm gonna get a book and I'm gonna put them in a book. And
Yeah,
I had that book for some time because I love the reflecting covers of the comics and the cards and all that. That was my thing. I love that
yeah,
shiny stuff. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Same.
yeah.
Growing
So
up, those cards. Anytime you get those holograms, those reflective ones,
so
man,
good,
those yeah, real good, real
so
good.
good. I tried, and in video games, man. In video games, I had a Neo Geo coming up.
Oh shit, you had a Neo Geo. Damn, I only know like three people that ever had a Neo Geo personally.
I don't think I could pretty much. My brother enjoyed it. I don't think I could properly enjoy it. 'Cause I was
Yeah,
still going
right.
to the before I was still back when the movie theaters had arcades next to them. I would still go to the arcades and play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even care about the. But then we had the Sega Genesis with the Sega CD on the side of it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was playing Batman Returns. and I got into games then, and then played WrestleMania on Genesis and Street Fighter. Screamed at the controller,
Oh yeah.
"Why won't you work?" You know, all that-
Try to fucking quarter circle moves on a goddamn D-pad.
screaming,
Yup.
man,
Yup. I'm
going
familiar with
through it,
that.
bro.
Uh-huh.
But that, yeah, I went from there to what was it? I want to say I did PlayStation 1, and then I went backwards and tried Dreamcast, and then I tried Sega Saturn with some bootleg, some bootleg stuff. Dreamcast more than Sega Saturn, and that's when I found out about the rival schools and
All
some of
that
these
good shit.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so good, bro.
Yeah. Sega, poor Sega Dreamcast. That was nothing that I got into, but as somebody who played a lot of video games growing up, and I was more Sony at the time, and now looking back, especially as my run at GameStop, realizing that
Yeah,
Dreamcast was so far ahead of its damn
it
time,
really was.
so far ahead of its damn time,
Yeah,
and it's a shame that it, honestly, just because the juggernauts of Sony and then Microsoft coming out with the Xbox just kind of
yeah.
put Sega to rest on the
It's
hardware, so to speak.
overshadowed.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a shame. But um,
Had a Game Gear. You had a Game Gear.
you always had to keep like 4 AA batteries on you at all
Oh
times, or
man,
you're just gonna die in a half hour. You know
play
it.
Batman and Robin on Game Gear.
Yeah. Mortal
That was
Kombat. It was always Mortal Kombat on Game Gear for me.
yeah, nah, that was dope, man.
Mm-hmm.
Game Boy. I went Game Boy Color, then Game Boy
Mm-hmm.
because at the time I was playing Donkey Kong Country, and I was like, I wonder what the other one's like, and I didn't enjoy it because it was black and white and stuff,
Yeah,
stuff
that
like
Cube
that.
Green or whatever the shit it was.
Yeah.
The OG Game Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had Game Boy Advance, and yeah, and then P1 and P2 and
Mm-hmm.
3, and I'm actually still stuck on a 4. But I took some break from game. I took a break from games for a while, just because I felt like I didn't have it in me to sit down and play a game.
Mm-hmm.
But then now the games are replacing watching movies for me because it's like cinema when you're playing the game. Like
Yeah.
you're watching a story. You're playing just for the reward of the story unfolding more.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
If you jump into games now, especially if it's a single player kind of thing or whatever, you're getting a whole other experience the way it
mm-hmm.
was back in the day, and that's what I'm here for. Like
Oh gee,
I love that stuff.
oh I had it. I had an NES too. But I never got to play it. They used to play it when my cousins and my brother used to play the Duck Hunt and Madden. I think John Madden. Yeah, they used to play Madden. They used to scream about that.
Tecmo Bowl on
Tecmo Bowl,
Nintendo, the
Tecmo Bowl. There
original
you go.
NES. That was the one I
Tecmo
played.
Bowl.
Was a
Yeah,
Tecmo Bowl
Super Tecmo
non-stop.
Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Man.
Yeah, that's yeah. I know that it's a gamer to think back of where we come now from then. It's wild. I started on Atari as well. I think somebody mentioned Atari out there. That's where I started as a kid back in the mid '80s with
Atari.
Atari.
Yeah.
Yeah, ColecoVision. God, what was the other one too? Intellivision or whatever.
Yeah.
Shit like
I
that.
didn't.
Yeah,
First game I ever
all that
played.
shit.
What was it? First game I ever played on Sega was Altered Beast, and then Sonic.
Rise from your
Oh
grave.
man, so good.
Yeah, yeah, that's good
Platformers.
shit. Okay.
Mm.
Well, I do want to kind of circle back to the bacon. It does make me remember something as well too, a little bit. So, when you're eating your food,
Uh-huh.
would you say you're more of a closed mouth eater or more of an open mouth eater? Because I've gotten word that you might be more of an open mouth eater, smacking your lips, smacking your mouth
I
around,
know it's from the same
have
person. I know
trying to
it's
have
yeah.
some conversations with your friends. What is that? Is that
Yeah.
just kind of something that you don't even worry
Yeah.
about because they're talking to you? It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
I might be privy to taking a bite and live my life.
Yeah. Okay.
That might have happened. That might be on footage somewhere
Yeah.
at
Okay.
some convention somewhere.
You just living your life. I mean, nothing wrong with that necessarily, right? That's that V1 in the earlobes though must be
Yeah,
you know yeah
yeah. I'm telling you, man, he could save the world, but he want to
yeah
worry about the bacon popping.
yeah. So obviously, we've kind of talked a little bit about, you being a pretty big conversationalist. And I think if
Yeah.
anybody, hears never really, realize that by now.
Hmm.
I'm sure they probably do now. But,
Yeah.
um, what is it about for you? And I know you kind of touched on it earlier on, but like, what is it about those kind of like deeper conversations that resonate for you? Is there something that like you're looking to maybe gain some new knowledge or some new perspective, and
Yeah.
if so, like because not a lot of people are like that, and that's
Nah.
fine too, but like you seem to be somebody who's kind of driven by that. Why, do
Mhm.
you know why or what that's all about?
I told Chat GPT before we spoke, maybe an hour before we spoke. I said, "Hey, Chat." What exactly do you know about me? And then they gave me like a whole breakdown of what it knew about me, like a summary or whatever. I was like, okay, give me a little bit more. You know anything else? And so it was like, no, if you want to talk about something new, we can talk about something new. And I said, I'm going to have this conversation with Tone, and I don't want to unpack while I'm talking to him. I would much rather just have a conversation and see where it goes. I don't want to control. I don't want to have stuff on me and then try to put it here. I want to see, if talking to you is going to bring something out of me that I didn't know was there by me sharing
Hmm.
stuff with you. And I think that's really what it is. It's like, when you share life with people and stuff like that, you get something out of it. There's
Hmm.
always an exchange. I feel like always an exchange. And if you're smart enough, you'll pick it up and you'll try to, okay, I know, okay, I see I'm like that. Let me use this, and let me add that, or let me work on that more. And I
Right.
think these conversations help me a lot with that, especially talking to you. It's good. It's good stuff.
Good. Okay. Yeah. I definitely, like I said earlier, I feel like, I knew right away, like just from I'm trying to remember it was after one of my conversations, I think with somebody you just happened to pop in the chat
Yeah,
and you were just throwing like thoughts and bouncing some thought processes back
yeah,
with me and things of that nature too. And then again, like you said too, there was even a couple times where you reached out and you were like, you know, here's the situation. How would you be in this situation, or have you been in this
yeah,
situation? Any things
yeah,
of that nature. And
yeah,
I was just surprised because like a lot of times when you're back and forth, talking to folks,
yeah,
especially in the toy space community, it's a lot of love, a lot of good stuff, and a lot of
yeah,
jokes and a lot of fun. But like
yeah.
very rarely do people tend to get real and stuff like that too. And it's like, God
No, you
damn,
gotta
like
do
he's getting
this.
real. So
No, it's a benefit. It's a benefit. It's a benefit to yourself. You do yourself a disservice when you're surface level with people.
yeah,
People,
I
people,
agree.
people feel like not everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I've experienced that people feel like, well, if I share this part of myself,
Hmm.
then that's something they could use against me. It's like, no, not if you're working on it. If you're working on it, it's
Right.
not going to be the same thing that you're talking about right now. Because after this, you're going to build on that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I think sharing yourself and asking for help, and when you're really going to use it, when you're really going to use the help,
Hmm.
and finding out, how you coming across. I think that's just you trying to gain some wisdom that you didn't already have. When I
Right.
was when I was when I was doing live streams on IG, back when I restarted my Instagram, I was doing who that is with Comrade. That was the show name, and I would literally go to like my places that I frequent, like a GameStop, and freaking make them do intros and stuff like that. It was cool.
Hmm.
And I was going through depression real nasty, bro. Like it was like on some in the daytime you can smile and tell jokes and stuff like that. But I was going through a divorce, or the feeling after the divorce, and I was like, okay, how do I deal with this? Instead of sitting in
Right.
the house trying to watch movies, trying to numb how I feel,
Hmm.
and then talking to people like it's cool. Like, how do I get out of this? And the only way I could get out of it was by talking to people. So I
Hmm.
started talking to people by collecting, and this is me bringing full circle the thing I talked. So I'm gonna bring it back. So this is that moment. So I was talking to people about collecting, and I found that they would say things that was like, pay attention to that. Why is he saying that?
Right.
It was like beyond the toy somewhere, but he say like the person just threw it out there or she threw it out there, and I would be like, "What's up with that? Like, what? Like, how do you feel about that? Fatherhood, being a man, being a good friend, being a good son. You know what I'm saying?" And they would just say little things, and I'd be like, I get goosebumps because I'm like, yeah, like that. I
Hmm.
Let's go more of that, and then they'll say a little bit, and then they'll leave it alone because it's like a touchy subject. But I would always thank them for like being transparent,
Right.
and then the next person that came along, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm doing all of this for that moment.
Hmm.
I'm doing all we talking about everything. We talking about poodles and ice cream and all this, just so we can get to that little thing that you got that you can share with
Right.
me and with everybody else that's gonna help. You know what I'm saying? You got a
Yeah.
perspective, a take that's gonna help us not be the way we were before this conversation.
Hmm.
And that was dope to me, bro. It's fire. So it was so dope that I was like, yo, telling the guys, I was like, yo, you should do it too. Like you should go do this too. Like you might get something from it. And
Hmm.
then, like I say it again. it would benefit you in this space when you're streaming, when you're doing stuff with people, to not be generic,
Right.
because you get what you give. Like you're gonna get some generic ass result if you do generic stuff,
Right.
and you never really like,
Hmm.
you're not in the moment, bro. You're
Or
outside of the
not
moment,
challenge yourself, right?
not challenging yourself. You're gonna be outside of the moment trying to get
Hmm.
a different result by. This is not a video game. You don't get to like trick the system, glitch
Right.
it or whatever. Like you really gotta be a different person. You want a different result. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you get the same stuff. Yeah, you're gonna be right. You can predict it because you're provoking that response every single time. So
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying, you get what you give.
Do you are you somebody like out in public that when you're out there you like talk to strangers and find yourself just like making a joke or getting people? Are you like that as well too?
I'm the guy out in public that when the girl with the fat ass walk by, you just look at me and you're like, damn, boy, that's crazy, huh? Like the stranger says it to me, and I
Hmm.
just happen to, yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Hey man, I remember this ass I seen the other day. You had to be there to see that, and I just build
Right.
on that. But people come up and just tell me some stuff, bro. They be telling me some wild stories about themselves, and you remind me of my son, or you look like my brother, and they
Hmm.
start talking to me, and I just listen, bro. I just sit there, I just listen, because people do it for me. I was listening, and I say, all right, man, that's dope, man. Sometimes I've told strangers, hey man, that's kind of cool, man. I'm proud of you, and they be like,
Hmm.
man, I need to hear that, bro. I really needed to.
Right.
You never know what people going through, bro. Swear to God, you never know people. You never know, bro.
I know.
And they
Yeah,
just need to, just need to
love
like,
those little interactions.
yeah,
Yeah.
just need to hear like an unbiased party say, "No, you're not crazy."
Hmm.
you
Right,
know?
right, right. I mean, it's even the little things I think too. Like,
Mm.
I think about like myself out in public. It's kind of the same thing. It's like if somebody walking by and they've got a anime shirt that I think sweet, I'm like, yo, bro, sweet
Yeah,
shirt. Like I'm down with
yeah,
that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I'm always doing that stuff, and I feel like, you know, um, I guess I don't ever think about like how that might impact them. But now that you say that like that, like, I almost kind of wonder now, like does that probably that could be potentially change somebody's day, right? Or maybe
Yeah,
uplift somebody.
yeah,
But for me, it's just like kind of like how you talk about like it's just like I just like connecting with people. So like
yeah.
I'm out in public. It's about like I'm making jokes and clowning
Mm-hmm,
with people or having whatever's stuff like
mm-hmm.
that. So I think it's we're getting to the point in society where we're so glued to our screens and to this technology and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like people go out in public and it's almost like we're pitted against each other constantly, whether it's the news, whether it's this, that, and the
Come
other.
on,
But
bro.
the climate of our
Come on.
society right now is so heated right now. But like it's those small moments when you're out in public and you're just kind of like almost like doing these things. It's almost like a for like lost skill or
Yeah,
whatever it is. And to me, like that, I just want to keep that going because like I
yeah.
can see it like. There's people out there that's going to be introverted or maybe
Mm-hmm.
not into the social thing, and I totally get that. But like, at the same time, like man, like we're gonna lose this ability as people
To
to
connect.
have decorum and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to connect. And
Yeah,
that's something that I think about. And that's a I'm always clowning around anyways, so
yeah,
it's an easy way for me to connect with people. But like,
yeah.
man, can you know? I mean, we're getting to the point,
Real.
you
AC
know.
Mega say desensitized. Yeah, and that's real.
Yeah.
I realized I was doing it because you know after after I was going while I was going through the depression situation and all that, I used to frequent like, okay, you go Champs, GameStop,
Yeah.
Walmart, Raw. You go to the same places, so you see the same people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then as time passed on, and these guys will tell you, I'll be in GameStop, just in there, like it's a
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks, just talking about what I watched, talking about what I did the day before, and I just having conversations with people. And a new guy would come,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Oh, hey, this is Darren," and I'd be like, "Okay." And let's imagine the guy's name is Derek that I'm talking to, and me and Derek know each other, but I don't know Darren.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, "Yeah, this is Darren. I'm training Darren." So then brother Derek could go in the back, and I'm like, "What's going on, brother Darren?" I say, "I'm gonna be seeing a lot of you, right?" He'd be looking awkward, like weird.
Yeah.
It's okay, brother. It's like I work here, but I don't work here. I'm here
Right.
to,
Right. Right. Right.
yes,
Right.
I'm here to help. And so, and I literally will be just helping these guys do business with the community while I'm in there. Like if they're
Mm-hmm.
trading it in and the value's asked, I'll be like, "Yo, don't do that, bro. Don't sell that. Don't sell that to GameStop. I'll buy it from you right now." I'll be in there just and everybody got comfortable with me being around.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, yo, you want to work here? I'm like, nah, I really don't want to work here. I just like being here.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think there's very few places that you can count on your hands that you just like being there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I had 14 years, man, at the old lame stop there, and there's. I always say 90% of the people that came through were the assholes, but you had that 10% sweet spot, people like yourself that would come through, and that's how I met Zilla. That's how
Yeah,
Zilla and I got to be such close
yeah,
friends. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Was
yeah,
literally he would just come in and we'd start rapping about things that we both liked and just
yeah,
making
yeah.
jokes and stuff like that. And he was always kind of funny, and he always kind of make these underhand jokes, and I just started getting into it. And then next thing I know, like he's just showing up to hang out because he's always toy hunting back then too
Yeah,
before the
yeah,
pandemic. He's just showing up and he's sitting in there and we're just talking about the same random shit
yeah,
or
man, yeah.
whatever it is. And then next thing he's trying to come over and stay the night or something. So I wouldn't let him up, but no, but it's that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Like you said,
man.
like
Look,
that's
community.
being
It's
in.
it's
Yeah,
community,
it's
bro.
community. It's community.
Yeah,
Yep. And Webby's
yeah.
you're right there too. So
We can live life. Uh,
yeah, man.
not no do overs. That's real. Make the
Yeah.
most of it. And I think that's what I'm learning. When my birthday just passed, and I was like, yo, okay, so what we doing now? And you have an expectation of like, money, house, this and the cars, whatever. Maybe get married again. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I'm like, I'm like, this this is probably the best version that I could think of that would be that I could possibly working on my health and all that. And I'm like, I'm proud of myself. And it
Yeah.
was very, very difficult to get to that space where I could say, you're doing good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And because I was like that myself before this, it made it harder for me to give other people credit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
once I started
Yeah.
to yeah, he got me when I heard
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
got me. He got me. He got
You
it.
got yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just tough on myself, man. I was freaking not. It's not enough. It's not enough. Even when we started the Grown Ass Men Toyz thing, it was like everybody's against what we're building, and to my advantage, I'm with it. I'm all about it. I love being down by 8 and they about to win.
Sure.
I love it. That's my thing. You gonna tell me, okay, I'm about to bring it back. I'm gonna make you have to yell and scream and cheat to win because I'm about to lock in. And
Yeah.
so us building that brand of Grown Ass Men Toyz, it was like I love it, bro. And Marvis will tell you, Zilla tell you, I'd be like, yo, we got something, bro. We got something. This ain't nothing to mess with. Like it's unique.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even belong in the same room, and we kicking it with each other. Like so, that's already an anomaly in itself.
Yeah.
We keep on stay positive. You can control the room if you choose to. If you choose to, it don't matter what they doing. We
Right.
doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how we've always been. Like we have to keep on with that mindset. Of course, there's the times where things don't go as planned to the T,
Sure.
but for the most part, you can do whatever you want to do. If it's within your power, you can make it happen, man. Just gotta
Yeah.
stick at it.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the big piece right there, man. Like it's sometimes, you're doing stuff and you're getting tired, you're getting run out, and maybe
yeah,
you're not doing as much as you could be and you know it,
yeah,
but
yeah,
as long as the revolution comes around and you're going to have those down points, but
yeah.
don't give up all hope and you got to keep the grind. You got
Keep
to keep the grind,
consistent. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Just
yeah, do the
keep going
best.
for it.
Yep.
Because the moment when you stop doing the good thing or you stop doing the thing that's best,
Hmm.
um, that's gonna be the moment where the person's gonna come back around and be like, "That needed you."
Hmm.
Damn, bro, I thought you used to do that, man. I was looking for you. Where were you? Where was you?
Yeah.
You feel me? And you like, yo, I
Yeah.
just stopped last week. Like, man, why you stop that, man? You was doing so good.
Right.
Here comes the encouragement when you stop, when you chill, and you like, I don't want to do it no more because I'm not feeling good about it every day. Like, no,
Right.
I don't feel good about work every day. I don't feel good about parenting every day, but it has those rewards that make me like, damn, I'm so glad I stuck it out. I'm so glad I learned this so that I can be
Hmm.
better at this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's what it's about.
Hmm.
The bridges and the relationships that we build, some are short, some are more. They give more over and over time. Excuse me, but they've all contributed towards us being a brand that you can remember. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That sticks out there. So it's like, well, no matter if they your homies or not, all that stuff built this bridge that we're going up to go to this place, which we don't even know what it looks like, but we're doing very well.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, I Love that. I definitely think that resonates.
Hmm.
That resonates with me over the last couple years.
Yeah,
After going through divorce and going through this, that, and the others, and changing
yeah,
a life, moving
yeah.
into my home, getting
Changing,
into
you
content.
changed everything just to be able to fit
Yeah,
in this situation. That's crazy, bro. Like it's not easily done, but you stuck at
no,
it until you got what you wanted. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah. So it's every day. Every day is almost like something new, but like you just got to keep changing and keep rolling with it. And like you
yeah,
said,
man.
you said consistency, and that's the thing for me as well right now too. Is just
Hmm.
being as consistent as I possibly can, and
Yeah,
having those moments like again today, like you're like, hey, did you get an event out for this? And I'm like, I don't fucking really do that
yeah,
usually, and you know what I mean. Like, but that's the facts. Like,
yeah, yeah,
even now doing Savage Saturdays, doing the photos with the Savage crew. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
it's put me out of my comfort zone and making me take a damn photo every damn week and
Yeah.
sitting there for a while and
Discipline.
finding the right photo. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So it's
Hmm.
like it's pushing me to be more and more consistent.
Hmm.
And oh,
Hmm.
by the way, this is something I enjoy too, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so no, that's good thoughts.
No, it's real.
I do want to do something again I like to do around here is just kind of like talk about some memory lane stuff.
Yeah.
And things of that nature I always find important. So I'm going to share my screen here. I want to
Hmm.
talk about some things here and see if maybe you can give me your thoughts on these as well too. Give me one
Okay.
second here. I'm going to get this and I'm going to bring this into the scene here. All right. Can you see that photo?
Yeah, I can see
All
it.
right. All right. So clearly that's the dad there too. But
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
want to talk about some other things here. So
yeah.
let's talk about that hair for a minute. What's going on there?
I had a high top fade situation of sorts. It was like a
Mm.
mohawk high top fade, whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't comb it out, and I just wanted to step outside. It was actually pretty cold outside.
Yeah.
It's in Georgia. It was a hurricane in Miami, and then we went up to Georgia
Hmm.
to my ex wife's cousin's house, which is huge, freaking huge, and they had like a 8 acre backyard. It was crazy, a bunch of trees. So I said, man, this thing is huge. So let me take a picture of this moment. Remember how big this backyard is, and I was also half asleep. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how I used to keep my hair back before I had dreads.
Yeah. That's dope.
I
That's
can,
dope. I don't
yeah.
know. I haven't had hair for 20 years almost now. So.
Oh, that's my daughter's Luffy hat, and
Hmm.
that's right before an episode of The Corner. I figured I'd throw it on and see if anybody's gonna make fun of me. But
Yeah.
I was
I
watching
think
One Piece, the live action.
yeah. I think I remember that episode actually
Yeah, yeah.
pretty well. So. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Like I
Okay.
sell bananas on the side of the road.
Right.
This
Right.
this this is when Black Panther came out,
Hmm.
and I was like, yeah, I'm feeling real black right now. So
Hmm.
I wore that in between my breaks, on my breaks at work. I was working at Apple, and yeah, I had my little dreads, and I had dreaded up that high top fade that was there.
We need Disney to give you a call.
Yeah,
We need Disney to give you a call.
it
You would
it
definitely
was
be in
dope.
Wakanda, hands
Absolute,
down.
yeah,
How you
man.
feel about that soundtrack on the first album or the first
Oh,
movie?
so good, bro.
Right, right.
So
Fucking
good.
so good, so good.
Timeless. This is an event. It's an Apple event. Um, this dude next to me is named Daryl. He looked like Bobby Brown, kind of low key a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
A young Bobby, like the
Young
son
Bobby
of
Brown.
Bobby. Yeah,
Right,
and
right, right.
we was at like an event, at like a racetrack or whatever, and they had like a place we could eat, and we just ended up taking pictures. And then this is another one of those things. Like we was cool working or whatever, but everybody just wanted to take pictures together, and I would just be standing there taking pictures with people, and I think I like pictures a lot. I think I like taking pictures of
Yeah,
people and moments so much.
that's
Yeah.
great. That's great. There you go. So
Mm-hmm.
I always like to get some pictures to go through some show and tell there. So
Hell yeah.
little walk through the comrade variants as we'll call them.
Comrade Bears.
Comrade variants. Yep, yep. Low key and shit.
Yeah.
So
That kid and play, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Did somebody say kid and play out there? Oh shit, yeah. Fucking house party out there.
I'm
Yep. There
sorry.
you go. That's so good.
Straight up.
Yeah, yeah. That's great. That's great. All right. So I think it's time to kind of talk a little bit more, of course, now about toys. I know
Sure.
that for
Yeah.
I feel like we could talk about everything and anything under the sun as well too, and we'll still
Yeah,
get real, I'm sure. But
yeah,
for just a pause here, kind of a
yeah,
divert, just a lot of people clearly know you from
yeah.
collecting and Grown Ass Men Toys, so it
Hmm.
behooves me not to kind of talk a little bit about that. Some people be the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
M'Baku. Oh shit! Oh shit! I see it. Fuck! I see it. Fucking a! I see it. Oh my god!
Oh god.
That's
It's there.
fucking
That's solid.
amazing. That just came out of nowhere. Yeah, that was there. You go.
That's
Fucking
hilarious.
M'Baku. That's great. So have you always collected things or action figures? I know we've talked about a lot of comics and different, video games and stuff like that, but like,
Hmm.
was that something that you kind of jumped into later in life, or is that something you kind of like
Yeah,
was
yeah,
always
yeah. Later,
hanging
like
out
when
around?
I was little, I used to share with my cousins, like share action figures with my cousins. But then in my adult life, maybe like a few years into my marriage, I learned about excuse me, after Civil War,
Hmm.
I learned. I saw a dude at work. He came in. He was one of the genius dudes at the Genius Bar that fixed his phone. He had
Yeah.
a Funko Pop keychain of the Black Panther, and I said, "Yo, where'd you get that?" He's like, "Oh, I got it from GameStop." I said, "What is that?" He says, "A Funko Pop." I said, "Okay." So yeah, it's a keychain version. At that time, we had a Hot Topic and we had a GameStop,
Hmm.
and so um, if you guys don't know what that is, Hot Topic is like, you know what it is?
Yeah.
Hot
We.
Topic?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, okay, great. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Absolutely.
sorry for the people that don't know what Hot Topic is, but um,
They
so
got
yeah, so
lunch boxes now too, or some shit. I think.
yeah, yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah. So freaking. So I went down to GameStop and I saw this wall of Funko Pops, and I was like, yo, what do I? Which one do I get? I'm looking for the Black Panther one, and I didn't know what a chase was. I didn't know what a common was, nothing like that. So I started grabbing them, and I'm like, no diddy. I started getting some, and I was like, oh shoot, this is kind of dope. I'm gonna get all the Avengers from Civil War, like everybody on the back of the box. I'm trying to do it the right way, I guess.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, because you know what, you say that too, because that's when GameStop really jumped into the Funkos was right
yeah,
after Civil War or during the
yeah,
movie.
it was
Yeah,
so nice.
in
The
that time
colors
frame.
and
Yep, yep.
yeah, I was like, wait, they got a bunch of these. They got all
Yeah.
kinds of people and
Hmm.
whatever. And so this is when they started to do the 6-inch deluxe stuff.
Yep. Yeah, the 6-inch
And,
deluxe
yeah,
stuff.
and I was like, okay, cool. But then I found I was going there every day. I was blowing my check, just going down there, just spazzing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Those
Hulk with the Hulk
Funko.
Buster, Hulk jumping out the Hulk Buster.
Yep. I got
One
mine
of the
up there
most,
still. Yeah.
yeah. So then I met the manager, and working at Apple, you learn how to speak to people and start conversations or whatever. And I just linked with him, and I ended up getting his number, and he should tell me when the shipment would come, and he'd be like, "Okay, you guys, I'll sell you the
We,
chases and all that. You just got
we
first
always
go."
had people like you. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I had
So
people on my dial list. Hey, I got that Funko in.
yeah, so he used to
Yeah.
hit me. We had a little group chat, and he'd be like,
Nice.
"I got." He said, I only got 8," and then I would tell the customer I'm with, "Hey, I'm gonna sell you his phone, and I'm gonna run downstairs." Ran downstairs, came back with a bag, and I used to always get Funkos. And then over time, I met people that were action figure collectors because I would frequent Walgreens
Hmm.
and Marshalls and Kmart and some other places, and that had Funkos. And so Toys R Us, and so one guy I met, he had action figures, and he was like, "I'll trade you some Funkos, these Chase Funkos, for some action figures." And I was like, "They still have these?" And he had Diamond Selects, and so he traded me some of those,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yo, this looks really cool," and I never wanted to open them. So I saw Diorama and all that stuff. I had the Punisher,
Yeah.
I had Omega Red,
Classics.
yeah, some Wolverine, I had Wolverine, Brown Suit Wolverine. And then I learned they had Marvel Legends, and I was like, "Oh shoot, how do I get some of those?" Started getting those groups, and I transitioned from Funko Pops to action figures. And man, I had so many Funko Pops out, like 200 and something, almost
Oh, you.
300.
Oh, damn. You
Yeah,
really.
I was in.
It,
I had a
damn.
walk-in closet of Funko Pops that was on each side. It was crazy.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, it was nuts.
The fan. Uh, that was so Funko when
Meg,
GameStop. That's funny shit. Funko was a gateway for a lot of people into
Yes,
collecting that never collected before because
yes.
Funko, as yeah, you're talking mostly Marvel, but like
All the
it
IPs.
hits everything, right? So
Mm-hmm,
like working at GameStop when that blew up and like was I want to say like 2013,
mm-hmm.
2014, maybe
Yeah,
2015, somewhere in
I had a
there.
15. I caught it in 15.
Yeah, somewhere in
Mm-hmm.
that, and it just I'll just never forget. Like all of a sudden, it was like a light
Mm-hmm.
switch, and then Funkos were the hottest thing, and then GameStop's chasing everybody to get all these things in stock or whatever
It was
too.
a
But
crazy thing.
it,
Waiting to go on the Funko website. I think it
yeah,
was Wednesday or some one of them days where they had like
the special
exclusives.
Funko drops. Yup. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
used to watch this dude on YouTube called the Bearded Pop Hunter, and he
Oh
was a
yeah.
black dude. Used to cuss like crazy. Came out of the army, and he was always like getting pops and stuff like that. And I was like watching them, and I was like, yo, these guys are they deep off in the game,
Mm-hmm.
man. They had a bunch rooms
Yeah.
of stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, and to see like how that really kind of I do believe that Funko helped usher in a new
Oh yeah,
wave
collectors.
of
Yeah,
collectors and collecting, and then by the time you get to the pandemic, I think that really just kind of opened the floodgates because everybody was just sitting around getting money and just buying
yeah,
shit online, and it just completely opened that up, and then
hell yeah,
I think kind of that kind of wrote itself with where everybody's at now, especially in the toy community
hell
too.
yeah.
So.
Hmm.
What's one of the so even now, like, do you still have a favorite line you like to collect? Are you big Marvel Legends? So I feel like you do still get some, but have you kind of changed it a little bit? Is there a line that you're like big into, like SH figure arts or something? I don't know.
I mean, I do Marvel Legends because it's convenient, just because it's
Sure.
something that I can actually be sure that I would see every day.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Mesco.
I was gonna say
Contrary
probably
to
Mezco. Yeah.
yeah, I don't. It's a weird thing. It's like I don't have an analogy for that one. That's kind of it's like a girl that looks really good, but she does OnlyFans. And he's like, okay, yeah, we can never be together, but I like looking at you. I like
You
looking
window
at you.
shopping.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, but I like Mesco most out of everything that I've experienced. Marvel Legends because of the character selection, and every now and again, if it was within my grasp, I get some figure arts just because I like the way they move. Um, I like 3-0. 3-0 is pretty good.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a great, very good brand. They have some very good stuff. I've experienced a lot of third party stuff that I've enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really no mainstream brand that I'm like, oh, this is better than anything I've ever seen. Most times the third party stuff it'll outshine like Bro
Yeah.
Toys and these other guys.
Are
Zest
they
Ray Studios. Um, they're
Joy
really.
Toy? Technically, I think
I
it's consider. Is that considered? Do we consider that third party at this point, or does that
but
mean?
they fire though. They fire.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they're some of the best
Mm,
out there, hands down.
mm,
Maybe it's not considered third party, I suppose, but
yeah.
yeah,
But I like to get a Marvel Legend every now and again and fix it up and make it
those
look
CT
cool.
toys, you got me hooked onto those.
CT Toys.
CT toys out of
Hell yeah.
Ollie,
Hell yeah. Yeah,
that's what's up
man.
too.
So it's just I was and I'll say this without dipping back in, not double dipping, as they would say in Seinfeld. Um, I am still looking for my excitement every time I buy a figure.
Hmm.
I'm still
Always chasing.
yeah. So for some people, it may be easy to just have stuff. For me, it's like over 5 years doing this, I want to find the excitement. I don't want the stuff without the excitement. I want the
Hmm.
excitement with the stuff. So things that are peculiar that pique my interest. I wanna be excited about it. Not just excited about getting it, but excited about
Right.
having it and posing it and putting it certain places. We've seen so many room tours. I mean, even just recently, like we've seen some amazing ones and see people do a lot with some small spaces. Your room tour was
Yeah.
crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you have a range. So
Yeah.
I don't have to stick with any one line. As long as it piques my interest, I'm willing to, check out a few of them
Hmm.
and not get too crazy because after a certain point, it just you get numb.
Hmm.
It's like when you eat like where we got a Ruth Chris or Texas Day Brazil or something where they flip the thing over and you can get more food
Yeah. Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you turn it over, make it red when you want to stop. It's
Yeah.
like every,
Yeah.
every now and again I make it red. I'm like, okay, just chill. Come on.
Right.
Let me go. Let me use the bathroom. You know
Right, right, right,
what I'm
right.
saying?
Let me empty out. Is that a good spot to kind of talk about? Don't sleep in being able to sell the brands
Yeah,
and
yeah,
also
yeah.
the
No,
figures that you get, because
yeah, yeah,
there's definitely been some there's a lot of jokes around, and you probably
yeah,
know what I'm going to
yeah.
ask about now since it's a good spot for it. And we might ask, what some of the hardest brands are to sell. That is going to be the end question that I'm going to eventually ask. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, so it's of course it's not really anything that's come to my attention, I suppose, but it's
Yeah.
definitely something that I was asked to highlight a little bit, which is you talking about the chase, you're getting that figure, you're finally getting it, you get it, and then apparently you're selling it for dirt cheap. You
It's
could pay for
collector.
$40 for it, and then all of a sudden you're selling it for a $10 protein shake.
No, that's collector.
you,
That's
you,
collector
that's
all day
collector
long.
talking. You think? Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
No, it's just one of those things. Like, okay, so this is my take on it, right? I
Mm-hmm.
love Blockbuster. They've been good to me, and
Yeah, they're closed, by the way, just so you know. But yeah,
I know. You're right. You're right. You're right.
you're the new
Is
Blockbuster, is what you're about to tell me.
I'm just trying to say, if there was a way
Mm-hmm.
that I could experience all this stuff
Mm-hmm.
for, maybe I'm giving somebody an idea. I can experience all this stuff for a flat rate, maybe like a lease of sorts. I'd
Right.
I'd be okay. I'd be okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just keep everything. I'm not gonna do nothing crazy to. I'm not gonna do nothing free to the figures, but it's gonna be there. And in 6 months, I get to switch it out like a car or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And but
Oh,
I'm
like
very
leasing.
leasing. Yeah, I'm very
Yeah.
much. I'm
Okay.
very much unattached to what we call the
Okay.
nostalgia. The nostalgia we call it. But I'm very much unattached. It's like, it's cool right now.
Mm-hmm.
It has my attention right now. It's dope. But I don't really like put a lot into having a lot of figures. And so, with that being said, when I want to get rid of things, I think about the person I'm selling it to,
Mm-hmm.
and I think about the impact I'm going to make on them by selling it. And a lot of times, these guys that I sold to, we become cool. You know what I'm saying? Beyond that, so
Mm-hmm.
they'll watch the show, or they'll support in some way by sharing something else. And I've just
Yeah,
used
because
it.
you're the crack dealer.
That's right.
You're the
That's
crack
right.
dealer.
It's
You're the
like,
crack dealer. Yeah, everybody wants
yeah.
to be best friends with their crack dealer, bro. You give them fucking discounts and 2-for-1 shit. That's exactly what's
I never
good.
thought about it like they're
That's
selling
exactly
crack.
what it is. Yeah, these
Like,
collectors all fucking come around like a bunch of you know
yeah,
handout looking. Oh,
yeah, yeah. So
you gonna sell it for a cheap price
yeah,
soon?
yeah, yeah. They come up
You
as
know?
soon as I get something cool. Here they
Yeah,
come.
yeah,
Hey man, how much you wanna? I remember
yeah,
I had a Ghost Rider, custom Ghost Rider Mythic Legion, and I took some photos of it.
yeah. It
And,
was some great
yeah,
photos.
yeah. I took some photos, and I,
Yeah.
I still have to print those. I took some photos of them, and they looked at me, and they liked the photo, and nobody said anything in the comments like crazy. But then when we was in the chat, Marvelous and them was like, "When you gonna sell it, man? When you gonna
Nah.
sell it? We gonna
Yeah,
sell it?"
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Marvelous hit me on the side like, "Hey man, look, I ain't got to beg. I don't have to. I don't want to beg, so I'm not begging. But you gonna give it up?" I'm like, I'm like, what? No, I don't want to sell it. Why you don't want to sell it? We had like 2 corner episodes where we was talking about it.
I
And then,
remember. I do. I
yo, and then
do. I do.
eventually I hit him. I said, you know what? I want to go do this. I want a little change. Take my kids to movies, this and the other.
Yeah.
Don't make a movie out of this, bro. He's like, what you trying to do? You gonna give it up now? I'm like, yeah, yeah. I'll sell it to you, bro. I'll sell it to you. And he was happy. Yeah, that's the last I heard of it. But anytime I got anything cool, they flock. They like, oh, I want to get it from Comrade. I'm gonna get it from you. It's
Right.
like, yeah, because they know I don't really, I'm not really in it like that.
Yeah,
Like,
you pull it out of the package. You
I have
might
my
take a
time.
picture.
Yeah,
You pose it a couple times, and then
yeah,
that's it. So for you, is it more about the chase, kind of like you're talking about the chase?
yeah.
Is it almost just like saying that you've had it, to say that you had it and got it
Hmm.
and opened it up fresh and cracked it open before anybody else, and now
Hmm.
like you're good on it. Like the
Yeah, like,
hyperfixation's done. You're moving on.
yeah. I very much look at it like that. Like, sometimes I even tried opening up figures and just doing reviews on them,
Hmm.
and like, like little
It's a
with
lot
a
of
Sonic.
work.
Yeah, but it's fun though. It's
Yeah,
actually kind of
yeah.
fun. I like the idea of opening something and trying to come up with ways to pose it, to show
Hmm.
people why it's interesting, and then talk about what
Yeah.
the things are good, not good. And that was really fun. I like that whole setup. And but when it starts to feel like it's too much, I'm at the early stage of that. It's almost like when you feel like you're about to be full, like, and you're seeing the plate is just half a plate of food left.
Hmm.
you're like, yo, I'm definitely I'm gonna be assed out. I'm be laying on the ground after this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the person that stops when I start to feel full.
Mm-hmm.
I don't finish just because I bought it. So it's like, that's just where I'm at with it. I'm like, okay, I've exhausted this space. Okay, chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's dump some of the stuff and yeah, that's all that. Hey man, look, that's cool. That's cool. Uh, I think that I still think that
He says that's cool.
yeah, that's cool.
Marvelous.
I still think that no matter what you do or how you do things, it affects people and it's gonna come back in some kind of way. Energy is not. It doesn't go away, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You show good energy, it comes back another way. You know.
And if you have, if you're, you know, handing out crack to people, they're gonna be groveling at you for a deal and
Yeah,
looking to.
I had a sale up like a few days ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
We come.
I was
Instagram stops and there's a lot of advertisements for don't sleep sales. I see it's
you know, it'd be
so
like
all of a
80
sudden.
something shares, bro. Like, not
Yeah,
everybody like, but they be passing that whole around.
yeah, yeah,
And the stuff
yeah.
sells. Like for the most part, within a couple of days, it just sells. Like the last thing I had just sold this morning, and I wasn't even planning on that. But that's part of relationships too. You know what I'm saying? It don't always come back the way that you wanted to come back, but it do
Mm-hmm,
come back.
mm-hmm.
And anybody that don't think that way about it, you can stop life today. You'll be fine. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
If you
right,
think
right,
it ain't worth it, you know what I'm saying? You can stop today.
right.
If it ain't
What
worth being a good person.
so good. That's great. What's is there a brand or figures that you feel like are harder to sell than some? I mean, you got to kind of have an idea. Is it
Yeah, Play Arts Kai,
okay?
freaking NECA.
Really, NECA? I'm surprised by
NECA,
that.
yeah, NECA, depending on what it is. Ain't nobody might know
Yeah,
that. NECA's going in Ross for freaking 11 to $16.
that's
It's not,
true. I still
not.
buy some NECA because the one thing I do like about NECA, regardless if we're talking like articulation or any of that stuff, some of
Mm-hmm,
them still look pretty good. I do think, but it's just because they're doing IPs that no one else has got their fucking hands on. And you
mm-hmm,
can't
mm-hmm.
like if you want a figure of a certain IP, there's a good chance they've touched it.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm,
that's the only thing. But like, yeah, like you said, like you still going to Ross or wherever your local
mm-hmm,
store, and you're always packed with NECA, and they're always
mm-hmm,
on sale. That for sure. But
mm-hmm.
um, so as far so you mentioned Macari was kind of a big thing for you, which
Yeah, it was
you know.
awesome.
Yeah, and so sounds like you were kind of an early adapter onto the Macari thing. Is that how you started doing the Instagram? Was after you lost all that, you kind of used Instagram as like your platform of choice to kind of move forward from that?
Yeah, because Macari, mainly what I was doing on Macari was I was selling, and I would tell the people to follow me on Instagram,
Okay.
so that I can go ahead and continue business on Instagram because I didn't like the fees and all that stuff that was going on. So I was like converting the people over there to be able to do business over there mostly, and that's why it mattered so much when I had got it hacked. I was like, it just took me back. It took me back a little bit. Yeah, Marvelous 8. Marvelous, you are
He's
deterring the people, bro. You are
he's
literally deterring the people.
he's
Go
he's
find
a
some
man.
people. Go find some people to jump on and watch instead of talking about who ain't in here.
Mm,
Yeah. So yeah. I went and decided to just start all over again, but then I made it less about selling
mm,
and I made it more about learning how to take photos. And at the time, Marvelous and Collector were helping me take pictures, and they were teaching
right.
me how to do it. So photography, um, wanted to learn how to do that better. Yeah,
So that does bring up a good question.
they were trolling me like crazy, bro. Huh?
Yeah, I know, I know, I know. This is coming around. I mean, this
Yeah,
is
it's
coming
coming.
around.
It's coming.
So as far as who did you meet first in that circle? Did you meet Zilla before or after like Marvels and Collector? Like, how did that
Um, I,
kind of come
I, I, um,
together?
I was introduced to Zilla before those guys,
Okay.
by way of my show that I was doing. But
Okay.
then I brought him over. Like I told him, like, yo, what we're doing is positive and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure who he knew before that, but I just said, yo, this dude's solid. You know what I'm saying? We should put him on. We should put him in the group.
Mm-hmm.
And he started talking to Marvelous, and they got tight, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody, it was cool. It was Zilla was very much a very very easy person to talk to.
Yeah.
He had some of the same backstory in terms of like fatherhood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we talked about a lot of personal stuff, but on the toy tip, he had already been a lot of different places. And I was like,
Yeah.
yo, this dude been all over the world, and he coming over here to like, rock with us, and we ain't even really off the ground yet. But it was very helpful to have him around because he passed a lot of ideas to us
Yeah.
that helped us to like curate this space.
He's got an
Mm.
interesting like network too, because he's been doing a lot of things in a
Hell
lot of
yeah, he
different
brought
like
a lot of guests
a lot of
over.
different
They was doing
circles.
a
Yeah.
show on Friday, him and Marvelous, and he brought a lot of big heads. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy to talk to these guys. It's
Right.
fire. It's fire.
Right. And were you also one of the? I know I ask everybody on this from the early part of Grown Ass Men Toyz. Were you kind of like one of the early like part of that framework, building that and
Yeah,
everything?
yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I remember when he had the gloves. So he
Yeah.
had them white gloves, and he
Yeah. The
was.
way. Yeah. The
Yeah,
white
we talked
gloves.
about a
Yeah.
lot. We talked about a lot in the beginning, and
Mm-hmm.
even being hacked at the same time as him, it was like I kind of saw a lot about where his head was at
Mm-hmm.
with the whole thing, and he just wanted to like reinvent and let it not be attached to anything that he had done before. He wanted to make
Right.
it a whole new thing,
Sure.
and I was more so like throwing stuff out the wall, like let's do the 5-figure handshake and let's do this and let's do it. And a lot of the things that I had done in the beginning, it was going really good for me.
Mm-hmm.
That handshake thing went viral a couple times. I kept making trends for people who couldn't shoot very well, so it was
Right.
working out. But it was a lot of work because you think you want all of that attention on Instagram, you really don't want that much. You don't want your stuff going ding 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 ding
Right.
every single time. You don't want that, bro. You don't want those
Right.
problems.
Right.
Like it's really crazy. And then be working, and you gotta go check your phone every now and again to reshare somebody's stuff. So that's why Grown Ass Men Toyz is like very, very beneficial because all of us can help in the sharing process
Mm-hmm.
and giving people flowers and credit and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That whole
It's
it's
good.
just it's the same thing. It's sometimes if you don't notice people, they don't notice you. Like sometimes you don't if you don't initiate and say something to somebody, they're not gonna come over and notice you. So it's a
Yeah.
lot of that. We go out and we find people and we show love and it comes back, in all different kinds of forms.
Yeah. And it's
Trey was good.
it's good. It's good also to hey, welcome, welcome. It's also good to
You
have people that you can build those sort of things to, and it comes with it's growing pains sometimes, right? Because then
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
got a
yeah,
committee
yeah.
that's got to make a decision and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So
Mm-hmm.
it all works on both ends of that spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings me to another awesome, awesome part I've been looking so for. This is the part I'm looking probably, I'll be honest, to talk about. So looking forward to this all day and be able to catch up with you on
Thank
here and be
you.
able to
Thank
talk this.
you.
Um, so as far as Marvelous, who was on Let's Set the Tone a few months earlier
Uh
here,
yeah.
I asked him to describe each member of Grown Ass Men Toyz
Oh
with a
no.
strength
You don't
and
want
a
that.
weakness.
Uh-huh.
He says that your strong point is you're the promo guy. And you're the logo. You do logos, get ready stuff for
I'm the
the
PR guy for the
show.
most
Yeah,
part,
you're the
yeah.
PR. Yeah, you're the PR guy. All that
Yeah.
sort of stuff, which makes
Yeah.
sense considering your background. You talking
Yeah.
about all that stuff growing up and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Real.
what what does that mean to you when he says that kind of thing? Like that's your strong point. Is that something you take you wear with a badge of honor? Because a
Yeah, I
lot of
mean
your guys' promo stuff is usually pretty on point. You get it out
yeah, and I
fast, like for
appreciate you.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's pretty because it's naturally what I would want to do anyway. So, if it wasn't the case, then it'd be like, cool. I would probably be trying to help somebody else do it. Like give them a little something. Like every now and again, if
Mm-hmm.
somebody else does promo, I'll just slide them something and be like, yo, I think this would look good. So that's just I'm grateful that he acknowledges that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, we just here to build a body of work that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's not about what's not working, it's about what is working and how we can make it better. What I'm
Right.
saying? What's not working is not working. What I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
if something is working, even a little bit, let's find out how we can streamline that, take that and add it to this and make it better. And that's what we've been doing over the years, over the months, over the weeks, is
Right.
trying to find a way to streamline certain things and make it better. Otherwise, we just working against each other. And it's like we never
Yeah.
gonna be a
Yeah. Yeah.
team. It's a
Yeah.
bunch of individuals.
And again, like I said, like it's great to have that kind of
Yeah.
support too, because
Mm-hmm.
in this space, no matter how you
Mm-hmm.
look at it, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of PR work. It's a lot of
It's work, man.
yeah, social media. It's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
networking, things of that nature, and
Networking,
yeah,
crazy, bro.
yeah, yeah. And I'm very thankful because I was able to have a pretty easy into it through Zilla and be able to meet you guys and things of that nature.
Yeah,
Like to get to know people and kind of play around with some circles and just.
yeah,
Fortunately enough, I'm not an a-hole for the most part, right? Like I feel like I get along with a lot of people. I like
yeah,
conversating.
yeah,
And I also
okay.
like sharing people's stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it's a lot. It's a
yeah,
lot right now because now at this point I've connected with so many people. Like I pull up my
yeah,
Instagram, I'm like, there's 140
yeah,
thousand fucking things I need. I try to
yeah,
share as fast as I can or get to everything. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's a lot, but to have a team like that, I mean, that's great.
It,
But
it works. Uh,
yeah. If
when the mindset is similar, like again,
yeah,
me, Collector, Marvelous, for the most part, in Zilla I learned later on. So from that's real. That's real.
mm-hmm,
We had a similar mindset because we saw me and Marvelous mostly. We saw Collector still had his page already, but
mm-hmm,
me and Marvelous saw because every day we watching each other's numbers. Marvelous be like, "Yo, how did you get that many? How'd you get 100 followers?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm sharing all these dudes stuff back. I'm talking to them. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing. Like every okay, not to make it weird. Everybody has a point in a relationship with you. Everything is not the first date.
mm-hmm,
We can't be generic with people. You got to give them what you want. If you want that, you got to put that out. And if people could give you a test of, okay, I'm getting this much energy from Comradd, I'm getting this much energy from Zilla, I'm getting that much energy from Collector, Marvelous, they're gonna say where they're at. Like you said it,
mm-hmm.
kind of like and everybody they'll rock with you according to where y'all at. Everybody's not in the same space with you. So,
Right.
if you want to put that out there and you want to try, like make an effort to build a connection, you can. And people they'll support you as much as they
Mm-hmm.
feel the need to. But it's all about connections, man. Making connections.
Yeah.
And for me as a person who's on here, I kind of do that every day. I kind of meet a new person every day, or I'll say some stuff that's really honest. I'll be like the Glizzy guys or whatever. No, the one that I sent to Prime. I'll what he said. Was one of the first people I met in the community. Still, appreciate you, gang. Appreciate you. I seen their reels. I watched like 3 of their reels, and I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, these boys they gonna go viral. So I
Yeah. Yeah.
said, Fake Pics. I knew he was coming.
Yeah. You knew
That's twin.
somebody
That's
was gonna
twin.
say it.
That's twin. I knew he was coming.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
over there? All right, man. My fault. So yeah, I said, yo, these boys gonna go viral. So I laughed at the reel, and I just followed them just because it was funny, bro. Like we don't be giving people credit. Like they be good. People, there be some good artists and people that are making content on this platform, and we just won't give them the credit because we're not where they're at. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I want that. They got
Right.
it. I'm gonna just watch. I'm not gonna give them credit. Like, no, I'll be on some like trying to give people credit for what they got going on, whether they hiring me, Lord, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, the connections that I make, I'm just lending it to the brand. Like,
Yeah.
we done freaking interviewed so many people that we all bumped into at one point. It all helps, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not always about the present moment, but
Right.
those things help you get somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
Um,
You can't receive without giving. No dig.
can man. What's this? What this gonna get you?
Right.
How you gonna hold something?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
you got to you got to do. You got to give, bro.
Yeah.
You got to give to get. It
Yep.
go both
And
ways.
yep. You gotta be genuine, humble, as transparent as you can, and just do the best you can to
Yeah,
support
they gonna
people. And
see it.
like, yeah, you know what I mean. I think
They
that's
gonna see it,
important.
and you will never be ashamed if you're in the right mindset. You'll never be
Right.
ashamed of the work that you do if you do it with the right intent. Like, yo, I'm putting out. This is good. It's
Mm-hmm.
good for me. It's good for everybody.
Right.
Feel
Right.
me?
Right.
You ain't
Well,
gotta. You ain't gotta. You ain't gotta. You don't have to make a character or avatar. Excuse me. You can just be
right.
authentically that way.
You don't have to. Yep. Don't put out that fake shit. We don't want that.
Real.
We don't want that. He did. So that was the strong point.
Hmm.
But he did say your. Do you know what he said your weak point was? Do you
I
recall
think.
this?
Go ahead. He said something about gullible or something like that.
In a matter of longer words, I think it's kind of. He said you're too nice and too giving. You try to
Hmm.
give everyone a chance and a chance to fuck you over.
Hmm.
He said a lot of the drama. He also dug deep. He said all the drama early on with the Grown Ass Men Toyz because you are so kind hearted and you don't take advice, stubborn, you
Nah,
don't listen, which he's been going through all this whole thing, of
he'll
course,
be
the
okay.
entire stream. He said everything you get told, you will still do it your own way. I call
Hmm.
that an Aries trait as somebody who dates an Aries. I know the
Hmm.
one in one ear and out the other sometimes, the
Hmm.
stubbornness.
Hmm.
But do you want to speak on that? Now's your chance. Now's your chance to
Yeah, I
talk
mean,
about that.
so to deflect any of that would imply that it's somewhat true.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna let him have his moment, and I'm just gonna have him. I was gonna have him look at all of the wonderful things that my stubborn self
Hmm.
has contributed
Okay.
towards what we got going on. So
Okay.
just look back at what we got. Would you rather me be the other way with it? Because we wouldn't have this. So yeah, I take it. Got this. What you get when you get me. This is what you get.
Right. And
You feel me?
sometimes it's you wrapped in a towel with your little feetsies up in the air, laying on the bed, and like looking like you're like some nice centerfold model I've heard too.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
that,
get all the authentic flavor.
yeah. So like no, but just to be frank, like everybody has disappointment. Everybody's been disappointed. Everybody's been messed over in ways, but being one way doesn't guarantee that doesn't happen to you. I don't know a person
Hmm.
that's not a hermit or whatever that lives in the house.
They're
No,
they're
no. She
calm.
said
They're
finish.
calm. She wants the Mortal Kombat move, dude. She wants you to put
No,
that move.
no. Look,
Yeah.
hey, I'll just keep it a stack. All of the things that I have done throughout knowing these guys. What was it?
Yeah, Zilla
all,
don't
all,
hold back. You're right.
all, yeah, Zilla
She
don't like
knows. She
Zilla be
knows.
trying to stab. He be trying to stab places they ain't supposed to be stabbed.
Right.
Um, but yeah, but no, all of the things I've done for us,
Hmm.
they work out in a positive way as well. There's a lot of people that came in that weren't a fit, but I was willing to take the risk of like trying to see if these
Yeah.
guys would be a fit because they were cool with me or they got cool with me or whatever. And then we learn over time through different circumstances and tribulations or whatever that they don't last. They don't.
Hmm.
They're fair weather. They don't last.
Hmm.
And you can find that out by being nasty, or you can find that out by being cool, and then the
Hmm.
person just falls off, like a leaf on a branch. But that I don't think there's a one way that you can be that you can get that result, like get people to come to you and find out if that works,
Hmm.
and no, there's no like downside. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. I'm cool with that. I found out. We find out. You know what I'm saying? And for me, trying to see it through to get what I want, to get the result that I want, I'm gonna keep on going. Like you're gonna tell me, hey man, you're gonna get tired. I'm gonna keep going. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna keep trying until I can get that result. And now when I find that, I haven't had okay, I haven't had too many times in my life that I've gone after stuff that I wanted that I didn't get.
Hmm. And then you
I
sold
just
next day.
there you go.
I'm
Yeah,
just, I'm just,
yeah,
I'm
there you
just,
go.
I'm just
It was low hanging fruit.
I know, I know, I know. I'm short, man. I gotta grab the low hanging fruit. I ain't got no
Thank
other
you, Toya. I
choice.
appreciate you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, anything that I wanted to go after,
yeah.
sincerely, you know what I'm saying, and it was attainable, whatever. I got it.
Hmm.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
and so that's because I just remain, steadfast after that. And that's even with this. Like this requires us to hold it together. The brand, it
Hmm.
requires us to try to innovate, be have polarizing personalities that people care about listening to,
Hmm.
but it also requires you to do some work on yourself. So
Hmm.
if we remain the same 2 years later, ain't nobody gonna be wanting to hear what we got to say. We got to keep, like you said, keep changing, keep evolving, keep
Hmm.
growing as people. But everything that Marvelous be nagging about, it be like small in comparison to how this couldn't be the case. Like
Hmm.
this, it could be none of this. So it's like, okay, what you gonna take? You gonna take this with the guy who flaked, or none of this? And we talking about how everybody a hater.
So that's so instead of so that's kind of your
Yeah,
point
that's
to
my
make back that. Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
get you.
That's a
Okay.
that's a.
So
I'm
instead of
I'm the PR guy. Y'all trying to get me
right,
to.
right, right. You're being diplomatic about it.
Yeah,
Right, right,
yeah,
right. I
yeah,
get it.
yeah,
I get
yeah.
it. I
Hmm.
get it. Okay, okay. So
Hmm.
you're spinning it with some perspective. The
There you go.
silver lining, if you will.
Yeah. Well, what if?
Well, yeah, yeah. Right, right.
What if I was collector? What if I was
Yeah,
Zilla? This you get a whole nother
right,
result.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right, right. Collect. If you were a collector, you'd have some sagging shelves behind you. Who knows,
Right,
right? So,
right. But the
so
one thing that I will say about anything, and I love the dynamic that me and Marvelous have because
hmm.
it's like two, like I don't want to call him a bull, but like something like that. That we know we can go, but
Hmm.
it's like he looking at me, I'm looking at him, and it's like, okay, if he gonna go hard, I'm gonna fall back. If I'm gonna go
Oh, did
hard, he
he?
gonna fall back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, did he? Yeah. but that's how we operate because we
Right.
know we have big personalities. And so with that being said, it's like, you know, Collector is not like that. Zilla's gonna fall back if he feels like he's being too much.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. You know, Bearded's not like that. So, you know, if you have a mindset or a goal or you set out to do something and you know what you want, you know, we gonna go with the idea. We're gonna go with the good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's fair, and I do think that, like, having somebody that keeps everybody honest or on point or on track, like I think Marvelous does. That's important because
Hmm.
a well-oiled machine is going to continue to do what it needs
Hmm.
to do, right?
Yeah.
And somebody got to be making sure that oil is getting
The,
to
the
them in
the
levers.
only the
So
only caveat to that is that Marvelous is like the mother in the kitchen that wants to cook the same time as you,
yeah,
but you got the recipe, so he want to cook. So you got to feed him the recipe, and then you got to let him talk to you.
okay,
So it's like, no, if you like whoever has the idea, we go with him. You know what I'm saying? Zilla got the idea, let him run it. But he wanna be the front man sometimes, so we just let him rock. You know what I'm
hmm
saying?
hmm
And it works out. It works out because
right,
if he wants to fall in that spot and he doesn't want to innovate the spot, he just want to take what we got and just run it. That's cool. It works out. Nobody really want to do it like that. So he wants to do it like that. We gonna let him run it like that. Yeah. See, he gonna
I
come
do.
to that same area.
Yeah, yeah, I do. I know. I see Webb
Yeah.
too. Yeah, Webb says that he gets a lot of recognition. You do for supporting everybody, and yeah, it's just the same.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's
the
real.
grown ass men fellas, share a lot of stuff and
Hmm.
support too. And I do think that to have these conversations, to be able to
Hmm.
say you say what you just kind of answered to what Marvelous said, and I've gone through everybody and kind of asked the same thing.
Hmm.
But that's also kind of a self awareness because you guys all know how you
Yeah.
are. You guys
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
you clown about it to keep
Bro, we
everybody
done been
real.
through a lot
You
of
know, yeah,
cool little side missions to find out how we are, you know, things that will normally like break friendships.
yeah,
We just like, okay, nah, we gonna try and figure out what this is.
right.
And then
Just got to be
we
real.
yeah, we gotta lock in. So, you know,
Yep.
and that's the reason why it is what it is, because
Hmm.
we know for a fact if Marvelous is saying something to me, or you still saying something to me, anybody, it's because I care about you and I want you to hear this. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Same vice versa. We have a lot of heart to heart talks about life and fatherhood and all that, and we hear each other out, man.
Yeah.
Will the other person listen all the time? Nah, but we gonna give you the floor because we know you care. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is, bro.
Yeah.
It's really been a bond that's built over some years, bro.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's good.
And that's life. Collector says a lot of ups and downs, and like you said, you
Yeah,
bond over some years, but that's how it's supposed to work. It can't all be
yeah.
fucking
Nah.
rainbows and unicorns or whatever
It's called
adage they
working on
say. Or
something. You know, you go work.
yeah.
You working on something. You outside working on
Hmm.
something. I'm telling you, the weather ain't gonna always be great, bro.
It's the hard stuff that
Mm.
challenges you and makes you grow and be better the next time you got to face it, right?
Real, real.
That's the stuff there. So always
Hmm.
about those challenges. But
Yeah,
well, awesome. Well, I know we're getting really deep into the time here, but I do
yeah.
want to make sure we're gonna turn it back into port here, and I'm gonna run you through the let's set the tone gauntlet of questions as I call them.
Okay.
So, um,
Yeah,
but no, good stuff. A lot of deep stuff. I knew it was going to be, a lot of
yeah,
deep
yeah, yeah.
answers and stuff like that. I've had to, as always, kind of diverge some of the stuff and how we kind of threaded through. But
Hmm.
no, a lot of good stuff there for sure. I appreciate that real talk as always. So,
Hell yeah,
so first one here. Again, music's always important to me. So now knowing that you also have a musical background, like,
hell
is
yeah.
there a band or maybe an artist that you feel like you love still, or maybe whatever that looks like that you feel like defines you, like you just somebody who represents Comrade?
I've never been asked that before. Um, nah. I mean, nah.
Like emotional attachment, maybe, or
Like to them as a person or their art.
maybe the words that that's coming out of their mouth, even.
I still say Music Soul Child.
Okay.
No, that's real. That's real. I still say Music Soul Child because he expressed almost every emotion and being in relationships and in love with somebody. And I just think it's dope the way he writes. He write like how somebody would talk, and but he makes it like real.
Hmm.
Uh, it's like extra, but you can hear the words clearly.
Hmm.
And I loved yeah. I love his stuff. He's really dope.
Good. Good.
Hmm.
Okay. Um. Now for you,
What's
I
the man?
know I feel like you're also kind of a big kid too, but like, still one of my favorite snacks is cereal, man. Like,
Yeah.
are you a cereal eater A? And if no or if yes or whatever that is, do you have an all time favorite cereal? You're like that's my snack, that's my jam when it comes to cereal.
I'm not a cereal eater anymore
Mm-hmm.
because I read things now,
Yeah,
and it keeps me away from it. But
I get it. Yeah, if you go to the side and you turn to the side of the box, I
yeah,
get it.
so but the two that I would say that have always made me feel great is Honey Bunches of O's,
Mm-hmm.
and for some reason I couldn't have Cinnamon Toast Crunch when I was little. They would never have it in the house, so I used to get it at school a lot. I used to
Mm-hmm.
stack them. I used to like get everybody Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Hell yeah,
And yeah, freaking. So
that's
that
the goat.
because I couldn't have that, I feel overtly connected to Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, that's when all that comes to mind is a snack. Did he?
You
Collector
call me a
said
snack, did
He
he?
figured fruity pebbles.
Freaking no, no. Actually, I don't even really be on that. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, Fruity Pebbles. Like, yeah,
I don't get on the
nah,
sweet stuff like that. No, no, I get that.
real.
Um,
What's that Buddhist man?
these guys out there. So, keeping all that you've learned in life thus far, would you rather live forever, so immortality, or would you want to rewind time once? And that's open ended with that one.
Damn, somebody answered this already.
Yeah, I asked this one. Every few people get this one.
I don't want to live forever, bro.
No.
Um,
Who
and I don't,
wants
and
to live forever?
I don't want either, bro. I ain't gonna hold
No.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, rewinding sounds cool, but it's like, why? You know what I'm saying?
That's the open ended part.
Yeah,
Would
why?
you make a different choice? Would you
Nah,
put
I used to
stock
think,
in the Apple?
I used to think that sounds good, but
That's right, right. That's what I always
you
think
know,
of.
but there's so many good branches of my life that have happened
Hmm.
to this point
Right.
that require me to struggle a little bit or me to meet difficult people or
Hmm.
difficult times. And it's like if I don't see that, then how do
Right.
I get this version of myself?
Hmm.
Like I can't get it earlier. This is it's maturation. So I don't think I want. I do think about um like being not being here anymore often because I we like I'm 41, so I'm like
As you
okay.
get older, you start really talk. You really start kind of thinking of like
Yeah, I remember. I
immortality,
remember. I
man.
remember. I'm talking to Marvelous, talking to some people. I talking late at night. I'd be like, bro, we ain't got that much more to go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really like that. We gotta
I think I did too, kind of.
like. How much do you really enjoy your life right now?
Yeah.
How much better could it be if you actually enjoyed your life every day?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and stop worried about the stuff that don't make you feel good. So
You got to
yeah,
choose one. You got to choose one.
yeah.
So
You
it's
can
like
either
never.
worry about the stuff that don't make you feel good, or you can enjoy your life, bro. Like, not get stuff to make you excited.
Hmm.
Enjoy your life.
Hmm.
Because stuff is stuff. You know what I'm saying? You step out the place of the stuff, then you still gonna be unexcited. But enjoy your life. Enjoy your
Yeah.
life, bro. Like
So
do
it kind
stuff.
of sounds like that you would choose immortality of the other one.
It's cool. I mean, I just would be sad because the people that are around me would
Hmm.
die one day.
Yeah.
That's kind of lonely.
Yeah.
And I would have to tell that
Or
side
maybe
of
you make
myself.
new friends every generation.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Right.
And then is that immortality in the sense that I'm staying 40 forever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hmm.
What about reincarnation though? Is
I
that kind of like
mean,
doing? That's kind of like doing it over.
yeah. It's kind of like Mario getting a one-up mushroom, isn't it? It's kind of cheating.
Yeah,
It's all kind of cheating, I guess, in some
yeah.
sense. But I don't know. I guess kind of. I mean, the thing about reincarnation is like if you retained your consciousness,
Memories,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So
Hawk Girl or Hawkman or whatever from DC.
right, yeah. I don't
Mm.
fucking know. DC's lame, but yeah.
They be having their memories from past life.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. So that would be something, right? Right. So
mm,
okay. Yeah. I mean, I think more immortality. I think literally like Highlander, like right, like you're the
mm.
same age when it awakens as being an immortal, and you go on
What's up,
forever, and you
Johnny?
see, the Earth's about to like
Yeah,
die out, and you're like
yeah.
the last one. I mean,
Oh,
it's
what is
lonely for sure.
we was talking about Hancock on the freaking
That's
room
true.
tour.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and that story is
Yeah.
him and the lady are gods, and they went through lives, and whenever they get close to each other, then they start to get mortal,
Mm-hmm.
and so they have to separate or whatever. But they've lived like numerous lives or whatever. That's kind of, I like that idea. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be mortal at any point. Because when I want to hang it up, I'll be like, okay, I put enough into this earth. Let me just
Yeah,
go
no,
ahead
right. Right. Enough of it lately, anyways.
yeah.
All right. So next up here, what is a controversial hot take that you have? And it can be anything. It can be serious. It doesn't have to be serious, but whatever you want it to be. Like maybe it's an awful movie that you know everybody hates, but you love for some reason. You're gonna die on
Mm.
this hill, no matter what. How many people say it's? Go
What's
ahead.
that? Brokeback Mountains.
That,
Hot take. Um, it's not gonna be anything like that. But I thinking of it the other day, but I was like, humans are innately selfish. Like, not. Let me explain. We all do things with our present self in mind. Let me put like always.
you
Like
think
people
it's a,
that
like a survival thing? You think?
know, like make yourself feel good type thing. Like
Okay.
make yourself feel better, make yourself look good. I feel like we all do that on different mediums. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's being generous, whether it's being caring for others, whatever. Like you do that, but at the same time, you kind of you still want to feel something.
Right.
You want some excitement, some dopamine, something from that, and we do those things uh, with consideration to how we are looked at or how it makes us feel.
Okay.
So even when somebody's like overtly generous, it's something in it for them. They're just not letting you in
Okay.
on it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh. Okay. Interesting.
mhm.
Hmm. That could be a deep conversation right
You
there. I
know, I'm
think.
going there. I'm here. I got
I
a
know. I
bag.
know. Yeah,
I
you're
have a
right.
bag of them. If you didn't notice,
I believe it. I know. I expected this to go 4 hours. If I'm being honest, but uh, we can always talk about doing that sometime down the
yeah,
road for
yeah,
sure. Having
yeah.
another one of these. So,
Mhm.
um, so last day on Earth. This is the last question for these. So last day on Earth. As always, tomorrow the asteroid's going to impact because Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck didn't do their job. The asteroid's going to smash down here with Aerosmith screaming at a
Yeah.
shuttle. So you get to choose up to 5 last meal items and 2 drinks.
Huh. Seasoned fries from Rallies or Checkers.
Yeah, you know those fries are some of the best fries at any fast food joint in the
Please,
world.
come on now.
Period.
Come on now.
Period.
Country fried steak.
Ooh, yeah, hell yeah. Nice gravy on that, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Um, some fried catfish.
Okay, yeah, you talking my
Um,
language. Man, you're already hitting some good stuff here. Okay.
yeah.
You got a
I
little hot sauce or lemon juice? What you get on your catfish?
both,
Okay, yep,
both.
yep.
Yeah, both. Yeah. Um, what do we got? Cranberry sauce, like the joint out of the can.
Ah, Canberry?
Yeah,
You're a fan of Canberry
yeah,
too?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
respect that a lot. Me
Yeah.
too.
Um,
Dino
and,
milk? No.
no.
All right.
It does a bacon cheeseburger count?
Yeah?
Yeah,
From
double bit.
where?
Uh,
Are you making it?
nah, we could do like a BK.
There you go.
And extra pickles on that.
Yeah, their bacon double
And
cheeseburgers are top tier.
and I think that's good for
That's for your
that.
food. Yep.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go with like a mint chocolate milkshake.
That's disgusting, but all right. All right. It's yours.
That's my dessert, and
Yeah. Eat
I'm a,
toothpaste too.
and a raspberry sweet tea with light ice.
Raspberry sweet tea. You folks in the South and your
Yeah,
goddamn sweet tea.
yeah.
That checks out
Don't
all
let the
right.
water check in the Kool-Aid.
Ah! Oh
You ain't
fuck.
gonna eat right on the last day. You know what I'm saying? You gotta eat. You gotta take
It's
care.
too
You know,
funny.
get a little reckless.
That's funny. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
well, all right. No, that country fried steak. That's the first time that's been brought up, I think, on
Oh,
here, and
so good.
that is so damn good. I'm a
Yes.
super fan. I'm not a. It's funny. I like IHOP, but I don't like IHOP because the
Yeah.
service is terrible. But IHOP's got a really good country fried steak. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've ever
Yeah.
had it
Yeah.
there,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
It's
Big
fire.
fan. Yep. So awesome. Well, hey, First of all, I want to give a shout out to Collector and Bearded for failing the mission. When I reached out for any dirt, they didn't give me anything.
Yeah,
Collector already knows it. He's been talking about it out here. So you guys
yeah,
failed. I'm letting everybody know about it.
yeah,
But other than that, no, thank you for being on.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I told Marvelous the other day. I said he's the last of the grown ass men toys. It's like Thanos
yeah.
collecting the last gem. You know,
Uh-huh.
so for the gauntlet here for me. So
There you
been
go,
chasing
man.
for a minute, as we know. But like I said earlier, it's that EV Muck's got that BlackBerry update. So that's what happened. You were working on getting laptops, which I appreciate to get it figured out, and come to
Yeah,
find
yeah,
out,
yeah. We worked it out.
we're
I,
all
I, I
good
wanted,
here. So
I wanted to tell you something while we still running.
yeah.
Um, I'm really, really, really glad. I don't know how we came across each other.
Mm.
Maybe was it Zilla?
It's honestly just due to Zilla, and then you
Yeah.
guys started the Raw Wrestling recap, and I just
Yes.
started popping in during then, and that
Yeah,
was that.
yeah. So shout out to Zilla, man. I am definitely grateful to know you.
Same.
A lot of great conversations, and this is to a long list of them. And I was looking forward to this, man, for a very long. Like this is like a year in the making for sure.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you talking to me, and
Yeah.
it's very much it's like an energy drink for me. I was tired before this, but now
Same.
I think I'm good. I'm good, man.
I know, same. That's how I
Yeah,
feel too. And you know, and
yeah,
I appreciate all those conversations because I like to get
yeah,
cerebral as well. We knew that right away.
yeah,
But even now too, like I feel like every time we connect, it's always like, hey man, I've been busy. How things going? Just everybody's busy now too. But
yeah,
always still sharing the funny memes and the funny
yeah,
reels,
yeah,
pausing with jokes daily, even for a hot minute. You know what I mean? That's
yeah.
how robust friendships are built. You know what I
Say
mean? Like
robust,
have the yeah, no
voluptuous
kidding.
friendships.
Yeah, the voluptuous friendships and anime titties
Yeah,
are built.
yeah,
So,
yo,
but you know what I mean? Like you go through the real talk, it's great. You have the
yeah,
jokes, and then
yeah,
you be able to have it all. So, no, I
yeah.
appreciate it. It's been fun to be able to do.
This is
So, I want to make
amazing.
sure to be able to pause as always, so you can promote yourself and
Yeah,
Grown Ass Men Toys as well too for everybody.
yeah,
So go ahead
man.
and do that.
You already know what time it is, man. Comrade from the real comrade from Grown Ass Men Toys. You want to go check out our show every Sunday, Toy Room Tours. Great stuff.
Hmm.
Check out us on Monday with Bearded Builds. You got the figure booth and him in Prime. You got
Glizzy guzzling.
Glizzy because you got Tuesdays, Fox Files, Marvelous Shots. Definitely a great time, a lot of fun. We storm the chat. We try to make him feel embarrassed of himself every Tuesday that he comes on. And then every occasional Wednesday, I might come through with some thoughts like this that you see on here
Hmm.
and share, because it's in me to just share, like, if I've learned something, to just share where I'm at with it. And you might see that in any form. And then you got Thursdays, the Collector's Corner, where we all get together and we just have our phone call or weekly check in, and we do that in the form of a live stream where we open up stuff and talk to each other. It's a great time. I invite you guys to find us on any of these mediums. And Tone is part of the family. He's a fellow gang member. And check out Tone. His show is amazing. I had to be on here, and you should be wanting to be on here too.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Hell
Appreciate
yeah.
that. And I've got everything out there linked right to this video course for your
Mm-hmm.
content for Grown Ass Men Toys as well too.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure if you're watching this, if you aren't following, if you haven't, make sure you guys go out there, give them some love as well too.
Hell yeah.
You guys have been always kind to me since I was able to kind of start really kind of getting into the community and trying to get myself out there. And it was a plan for a long time, many years ago, even during the
Yeah.
pandemic with
Yeah.
Zilla, and it took a long time. But that
Yeah.
life gets you there one way or another. You figure it out. But
Yeah.
no, I appreciate the chat has been great. Everybody showed up
Yeah.
as always
Everybody's
to
great, man.
support you.
Appreciate you
Yep,
guys,
you
bro.
guys got so much jokes. It's so hard as always for me to try to follow it and not break the conversation because I want to make
That's what
sure that
we
you
do.
can
We
chat.
we
Yeah.
suppose we try to defrag. We try to frag the
Yeah,
chat.
and they were I was having a hard time a couple times. I'm like, I gotta stop looking at this damn chat. I'm a break character here. So yeah, no, I appreciate you guys. If this is your first time here, please sub, like, of course,
Sub,
and if you're
please.
listening to this post, and you're replaying it, give us a comment as well too, or maybe
Yeah,
a share. So
yeah.
as far as content for me and the rest of the crew in the Basement Nexus Collective, is always Monday nights.
Mm-hmm,
7 p.m. for the Seven Dungeons D&D stream. Make sure to
mm-hmm,
check them out and their storytelling. Half-ass beer reviews, getting out content here or there when it comes to his craft beer
mm-hmm.
content throughout the week. Check that. And then of course for me on shows, these days I'm hanging around
Hell
Toy
yeah,
Works on
webhead.
Wednesdays. 8:30 p.m. Eastern right now, of
Take pics.
course, and then Fridays 8 p.m. for World Makers Consortium, and then every once in a while I get one of these out. But at least every Monday you can check me with some short, some real, just giving an update of my content and everything
Yeah.
that's going on around me as well too. So peep those. I appreciate that support there. So, and if you have any interest of being on here and you're
Yeah.
watching
Going.
this,
Yeah.
just send me a DM and I'll put you on the list. I'm working through the
Listen. Yeah.
list, so
Yeah. Yeah.
we're checking it twice like Santa does. So,
Yeah.
as always, once again though, appreciate you for being on here,
Yeah,
Comrade. This has
man.
been an absolute
Look,
blast. It's
I
long
just
overdue.
I don't pay a therapist. I just come on here and talk to you for two
There you
hours.
go. Yeah,
Checks the
absolutely.
boxes. Checks all the
Perfect.
boxes.
Perfect. And I tell everybody, if anybody ever wants to come back on, like I always do this is the first one. I run you through some questions. If you want to
Yeah.
get back on here,
Yeah.
talk some topics,
Yeah.
unpack your backpack, we
Yeah.
can do that too. Anytime.
Go.
Anytime. Anytime. So,
Hell yeah, man.
but I hope everybody has an awesome week ahead. It's late here on a Sunday, so
Yeah.
everybody get your little sleepy time tea, get ready for bed. Appreciate everybody for showing up as well. Hope
We
you guys,
outside.
like I said, yeah, we outside.
Yeet.
See you real soon.